I gotta tell you something. It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
No more time for stories of real life. Only stories of fake life.
It's perfect though. That was the end of that story. I timed it just right.
Yippee!
Yeah. Dakin will be joining us shortly. He's just he has contracted a disease and he's attempting a lesser restoration.
Leprosy.
Okay.
I hope it's not leprosy. We don't want to cop that out. My goodness.
Baldwin had leprosy. He did pretty good.
That was just the first illness that came to my head that wasn't COVID. I don't know.
There's so many. You could have said the flu, but you went to leprosy.
I can't tell you why my brain went COVID leprosy. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Apparently,
I'm sorry.
Tyler, you have leprosy? I'm so sorry.
Oh, I got leprosy? That's not good for me.
Oh my god!
Oh.
So that's
Okay,
what lepers sound like.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm very sick. What's up?
She loves sick voices.
Yes, I love it when people kind of lose their voices because they're sick. It's like, to me, it's the most adorable thing.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be sick in order to have this ability to.
The last time I was sick, she said she wanted me to lose my voice.
Damn.
Did.
That's a threat.
I'd rather you not be sick, but that you are sick and you sound really fun and cute is good to me. Okay. Thanks, everybody. We might take more than one break this session because we have two herdy people. So just as a heads up for that. And Valerius and Dakin, both of you let me know if you guys need a break and we can.
Oh, I'm vibing. My legs are posted up off to the side right now. I'm not moving. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, well then let's jump into our start of session questions. Who would like to begin, if anybody, with something that stood out to you from last session? You guys did a lot.
Man. I'll go.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Hold on. I see Alara's mic moving, but I don't hear her talking. I want to make sure I'm not talking over her.
Oh no.
Oh.
We can't hear you, even though it looks like you're talking.
It's definitely illuminating, but it's not coming through, so you might need to just like fully shut down Discord and bring it back up again. Looks like she'll do that. Go ahead.
I super dug the last little bit of the fight with Lord Ichthys. I just the poofing into smoke, vanishing, coming back, all that. I was super. It was I was very much so in a mindset of like, I have no idea what's gonna happen here. And after like we killed him once and he turned to dust and then came back again, I was like, uh-oh. And all sense of security that I thought I had went out the window.
Yeah, he had a lot of fun powers. I kind of like that creature type, the brine vampire. Let's go ahead and Vosti.
No. Well, one of the things that stood out to me that I was kind of reminded also from you the other day was when we went up to the hag's house and we knocked and the answer was in the cutie voice. That was almost as disturbing as the visualization of it being like an ugly hag.
Yeah.
Like that's not, they don't go hand in hand. So good job on making me creeped out visually and audibly.
You're welcome. Alara, checking on your...
Hello?
Yay!
Yes.
Yay! Okay. But I'm going to go to Dakin. Dakin, what stood out to you from last session?
Mine's sort of twofold. It's both
Vosti attempting to murder me and that I was right. Fuck that fortune teller.
Yeah.
That was good. Alara, what stood out to you from last session?
The whole fight thing that was happening within the portal. Who was trying to come through? Who was trying to pull back? And then Skid Row popping out and hanging out with us for a little bit. Like that.
He's still with you
know,
guys.
Yeah.
Skid
Is he
rocks.
invisible? We don't know.
But for your notes, just in case you need it, it is Skiv rocks. And then Very, what stood out to you from last session?
I really liked the visual of when Very was like really hurt and bleeding, like her blood like helping this portal stay open. I thought that was really cool. Also, I was excited that my character got downed. That was fun, even if it was because a rock hit her.
Yeah, I was glad with how that fight went in terms of. Oh, shut up. Sorry, I say that a lot. That phrase in terms of, and now I'm super self-conscious about it. But that it presented like actual true risk to you guys, not just sort of like emotionally, but actually with your hit dice. I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that nobody actually like died or anything, of course. Valerius, do you have any predictions for this session?
Oh man. I think we're absolutely gonna get into a fight with the hag. If not this session, into next. I don't know what we end up doing, but I just don't. I don't see us getting out of that.
Right. Vosti, do you have any predictions for this session?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make any sort of deal with her, so I think the fight is on the horizon.
Dakin, do you have any predictions for this session?
I feel deeply there will be another complication we'll have to deal with. That will make this whole situation with the hag even worse.
Alara, do you have any predictions?
The same as everybody else. There's going to be hag fight. Maybe
Okay.
maybe hag death.
Hag death. Very, do you have any predictions?
I'm kind of with Dakin. I think something's gonna get in the way of us dealing with that right away. I feel like it can't be that easy that we like go from this thing with the vampire directly to the hag and like nothing stops us from, I guess, engaging in a fight with her.
And Valerius, what mood are you in as you're waking up?
Frustrated at the whole situation with the hag and Minnow and all that.
Mm-hmm. Vosti, what mood is your character in?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good descriptor. Maybe mixed also with wary of like what's to come, because I think it's not going to be great.
Dakin, what mood is your character in?
I think Dakin's quite angry.
He has been. Alara, what mood is your character in?
It's kind of twofold. She's trying to, like, she's in a how can I swap myself for Minnow, but kind of this incredulous, I can't believe you really said we would give up 2 people for Minnow. We shouldn't be giving up anybody for Minnow. And I mean, we didn't really touch on that after it happened. It was pretty much we had that discussion and then that was into session. So,
Mhm. Yeah, and no agreements were made. That was the proposal that got made
right.
by Julissa, but nothing was accepted or promises made or anything. So you guys still have some flexibility there. What mood is Very in?
She's a little devastated, I would say. I won't-
For a particular reason?
I think when Julissa, Hag Lissa
Mm-hmm.
made the comment like, you were so close. Like, that's sitting with her.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are going to
Banger of a
prepare
line, though.
ourselves.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, that was really good. That's why she's, like, devastated, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We're going to bring everyone together because you guys slept in the tiny house.
Yes.
And so the sort of natural illumination of the space has alerted you that it's daylight externally. If you guys participated in any kind of watches, you were able to do those successfully. No issues with those at all. And it looks like Very needs to get brought in.
Yes.
So you could place yourselves if you're sticking to your rooms or anything like that, or if you're in the common space, you can move where you'd like to go.
Oh,
And
I don't see.
bring this in. Yeah, it looks like just as so the audience is aware, we did some updates to things, and it seems
Also,
to have
I forgot
adjusted
to
things.
change an Eldritch Invocation, so I'm just doing that really quick.
That is very fine. Okay. So we might have some like slower than typical load times on things, and then we're also potentially going to just be figuring out some of our mechanics a little bit again, because of the adjustments that we had to make. I see, in a very weird way, just as a call out, because I had the stream up to the side, like a gigantic Very in Ilara's room. I don't know if anybody else sees that. Or
I
if
do
it's
see
just
that.
weirdness.
I do.
I don't know what that is. If
I don't know. It's gone.
okay.
The
Oddness.
the whole thing is insanely broken to me.
It's very weird.
I don't
Okay.
have control
Insanity.
of my actual. Oh,
Again.
I do.
I think we might
but
just be
the grid is
experiencing
wrong.
some load lag.
Yeah.
So I'll work on this a little bit. Let me just
Okay.
reload a
Sorry,
bit.
I'm gonna see if I can import. Oh, I can't.
Okay. Never do updates on the day of.
I'm so
let's
sorry.
all
This is
just
my
agree to that.
fault.
No worries, no worries. Let's see. We will just I'm gonna go ahead and just hide the grid so you guys can move around as you would like to and not feel like it's anything is messing with you at all. And I'm also going to just give us
Oh, someone turned on the lights.
yeah, vision not being based on exactly your token, because I'm not quite sure if people's dark vision went all wonky. But here you are. You are in your tiny house, and gathered. There is a additional person who is like curled up on the couch over or the chair over here, next to the fire, snoring away still.
Immediately when we got into the tiny house, Alara would have like put her head down and kind of like shielded her eyes and just walked straight into her room and shut the door.
Okay. And she's been there since?
Yeah.
Okay. Did anybody else have any particular things that they did through the duration of the long rest?
Not like a specific thing, but like Valerius at one point, like just at a random point, would have either like before he went to bed or right after he woke up, would just be sitting at the bar like sharpening his sword. It's like a little whetstone and stuff, and just kind of like general maintenance.
Okay. When you guys woke up from your rests that you had, you guys can make we'll say just like a perception check or potentially insight if you would like to, and you all have advantage.
For what? Sorry.
Either perception or insight.
Ooh, I like
Oh,
the
that looked
roll
different.
menu.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
Really good. by
that's
me.
2 nat 20s. Oh fuck.
What the fuck?
You
I
know
rolled
what,
double nat
guys?
20s.
It must be nice. I'm so happy for you.
I can't believe he stole your other nat 20.
Sorry,
Can't
poser.
believe it.
I rolled a 1 and a
Whoa.
2.
Sorry, poser.
Sorry, I'm gonna send something in the chat because I want to see if it worked.
Okay.
Yippee!
Yep. Oh, I can't yippee. That's so fucked up.
Oh.
That's what you fucking get, asshole. Can't yippee.
Poser.
All right, sorry.
Things that now that you've had a chance to rest and your brain isn't working like a million miles an hour, or under like a perceived threat that you had, like when you were hunting for minnow and encountering the hag, things that become more evident to you. You haven't quite clocked this just yet.
Yeah.
But I think it's easier to tell for the fellas, and Alara, it probably has a little bit more sensitivity to it. But if you grow a beard, you have a significant beard. If you tend to have shorter hair or sort of like shaved down sides to your hair, it's you notice that it is longer. You notice that your hair hangs longer down your back. If you like to have like shaven arms or legs or whatever else is part of your grooming, it feels to you like it's been a while since you've done that, just based on the growth that you're experiencing.
So like when I come out, I just have like a big old beard.
Yeah, you would say like more than a week's growth.
I'd assume he wouldn't kind of notice if it's something that just kind of happened randomly.
Mm-hmm. But he also has like, he kind of keeps like a neat beard often, and like the remainder of his cheeks and like his his neck and stuff like that, his whiskers have grown out there as well.
Okay.
And it's enough that it kind of like there's definitely like a line of demarcation where he normally has his beard grown out too, but like it looks like he's in the process of like growing out like a full beard.
Okay.
Would I notice that like immediately upon waking up?
Probably during, you know, I don't know if it's the experience for Dakin that like when he starts to grow out any whiskers, if it's like an itchy sensation or it's just part of like his morning ablutions and he looks into a mirror or sees his reflection in the water and then recognizes it then, or you know, just sort of scratching his jaw and realizing, oh, I've got, you know, bristles where I normally don't. Or, you know, if he's doesn't tend to grow a beard, like, you know, where he has the sides of his head shaved a little bit closer to the scalp, it's noticeable that that's grown out.
Oh my god, did a week's worth of time pass while we were sleeping?
His 5 o'clock shadow is a 10 o'clock shadow.
And when you see each other, as you're leaving your rooms and everything like that, now that you're also not distracted by everything and can like really actually observe one another, you take note as well. Like, it's not frequent. I don't know if Vosti is the type that grows a beard, sometimes, or can or can't or anything like that. But it's not common that Veri has seen Valerius with a fuller beard like this, or letting his hair grow a bit long.
Does Veri have a beard? No, I'm kidding.
No!
Of course, it's a
No.
mustache.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I say like Val, like, well, you know, as the morning goes on, he'd walk out, sit down, doing whatever he's doing, and then as he'd kind of like turn to like nod to everybody as they're coming in, he'd kind of like tilt ahead, like at Vosti a little bit, and then like look over at Dakin, and then like raise a hand up to his own face, and he's just kind of like very confused for a second.
Dax looks straight up like disheveled compared to usual. Like the sides of his head have grown out. He has like, usually he has like a very light 5 o'clock shadow. He has like almost Vosti level or Valerius level like beard going on. And he doesn't have like the cheerful, as usual. He doesn't have like the cheerful look in his eye either.
Oh.
And he'll walk up and sit beside Val.
Something
Happened.
feels off.
Something happened to us.
How long
did
have we been
something.
asleep?
I hope we're not still asleep.
Pinch me. Treasure looks at Dakin.
Vosti walks up behind him and slaps him in the back of his head.
Oh, fuck. Okay, yep, awake.
I didn't think that that's what he meant, but
Yeah.
it's one way to
Serves
get
the
it
same
done.
purpose, yes. Well, I guess we should go outside.
What is when they're talking about how long have we been asleep, something happened to us when we're asleep, does that like, because I mean I don't connect to the plane of dreams as other creatures do. Like how does, I mean, do I feel like we've been asleep for a long time? Like does something feel off to me?
You feel like normally rested. Like you don't feel like you have like a bunch of like bed sores from staying in bed for too long, or like an unusual amount of stiffness, taking into account that you guys did have a lot of combat the day before and were hiking through the woods. But you don't feel like that sort of like extra grogginess from oversleeping or anything. But you notice, Alara, that like some of the curls around your face are like hitting your glasses at a different level and like tickling your cheeks in a way that they don't usually do.
She like blows at the piece of hair that's fallen in front of her glasses. Well, I don't know. I think we're all looking a little bushier today. Have you seen your face, Val?
Yeah, I can feel it. He like lifts up his sword from like the counter where he was like working on it, and he's like using the reflection to like kind of look at himself.
You know
mirrors in the
there's
bathroom.
yeah.
Well, I'm sitting right here. That's why.
You could just get up and go look. And then maybe like do something about it, cuz you all look weird.
I'm kind of a little more concerned about why it happened as opposed to that it happened.
Correct, but I don't think that we're going to discern any information just sitting in here, so maybe we get ready for the day.
What should we wake up Skivrox over
just a-
here?
I was
And
just
she
about to
points
ask.
over to the chair.
Does he have a beard?
No, he's still bald.
No, he's still bald.
Yeah, go wake him up.
If Vosti doesn't grow a beard, are you saying the only thing that's longer is his head hair?
Yes.
So he hasn't grown like 5 o'clock shadow. Like he can grow a beard, he just
Well,
doesn't grow a beard.
Yeah, no, I'm giving you the choice because some guys don't really. They kind of just don't
He has all patchy
have
and
those
stuff.
hair follicles or whatever. If he grows facial hair, it has grown.
Well, he tries to keep himself clean shaven, but he can
I mean,
grow
Yeah,
hair.
if he is capable of growing facial
Okay.
hair, he has grown facial hair.
Okay. All right.
We all need to
Skivrox
see a
is
barber after
snoring.
this. And Alara walks over to the chair. Skivrox.
I actually feel fine about my hair.
But yeah,
It's time to wake up.
what?
You okay down there?
No, I'm fine. You know, time zone changes. One plane to another gets difficult.
How are you feeling this morning?
Well, this isn't a palace, and this chair isn't made of a feathered mattress. But I never had any of that before anyway, so the usual.
Do you feel like you've been in here for a really long time?
Compared to what?
Well, I don't know. Look at them. And Alara points over to the boys. Boasty has hair on his face.
He had hair on his face yesterday.
No, we didn't.
He did. I think you guys were just distracted.
And Alara looks over at the triplets and Dakin.
Scratching his head. When did you see he had it?
Well, since I came here.
So, like, the minute you came out of the thing in the cave.
Yeah.
No, wait, hold on.
Do you-
Vosti would know.
Are you talking?
Don't you remember sitting on your shoulders and I needed to hold on? I knew you wouldn't want me to hold on to your horns, so I was just holding on to your cheek hair.
Alara's like trying not to laugh.
We need art of that.
Various
That's not-
laughing.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
You're not holding on to my facial there.
I was.
How
It's
could we
not even
all-
that long now.
How could we
Well,
all
I
have
didn't
been...
say it was easy. I was just trying to respect your horns.
But it's not possible that we could all have been so distracted to have missed that.
Okay. How about Val? Has he always looked like this?
Well, as long as I've ever seen him, he's not always looked like this because he used to be a child.
Well,
if you'll
okay.
recall.
So
That's okay.
you know what? Curious. How does time pass where you're from?
Well, a lot differently than it passes here. It's less, and then it's sometimes more. It just kind of happens when it happens, you know?
I think
Huh.
with that portal being opened for the time, us being exposed might have sped things up for a bit, so to speak.
Or maybe even just having Skivrox with us?
Yeah, so are you the cause of this?
I did not invent beards.
Are you the cause of the time fucks?
Oh,
Are you not aware that you're the cause?
well, if I wasn't aware, how could I
How
answer
could you
that?
answer it now? Yes, I know.
Fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
So
You guys can do a history or arcana check as the conversation continues.
Well, you
Fuck
gonna
it.
roll?
Does this
it
have
gonna
to
go?
do?
Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
Does this have to do with fae, fiends, or undead?
I can't roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't roll?
Well, I
hit
sent
roll and
it,
nothing's
but it hadn't
Let me
happened.
refresh.
Oh my goodness. We might
Let me
be having
refresh.
just some crazy lag here. Go ahead and reload.
I can't believe this imp is doing this to our game.
It's all
His name is-
Skivrox's
I have it
fault.
open
It's
in
all
2
Skidmark's fault.
browsers.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna try and open it on my.
Oh, well,
Nope.
hold on. I can't even access the game now.
Oh, it might have just punted everybody.
It
No,
did take
I'm-
me a lot
I'm
longer to
logged
load
out.
in.
I'm logged out now, so I have to log back in.
Yeah. Let me go ahead. I'm just gonna bring everybody.
Oh,
to
I
the
see
main
your roll,
screen.
Kenna.
What?
I still don't.
No,
So
I
I'm
only
gonna
see
bring
my
everybody
insight.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah,
Here.
15 minutes ago. It got moved from its original position. I don't know why.
Very
I'm
strange.
just gonna reload as well.
Maybe the game needs to be restarted.
Yeah, if it doesn't pop through, we'll figure it out.
Nope, I can't roll still.
Okay, we'll do a server close and reopen here in just a second.
I'm sorry. I feel at fault for this.
That's okay.
I feel partially responsible too.
Well, I was trying to. I was too late to say not to update. But I also had no idea what the consequences would be.
I didn't either. That's okay. We'll figure it out.
I know from experience that updating it can be really bad. I just didn't know how bad.
Restarting the server now. We'll just cross our fingers. Since we're gonna do some test rolls, but just to kind of keep it going, since we don't need, a map in order to have conversations. As you guys are kind of like, having this conversation, something that you are suddenly reminded of when you're talking about, like, well, did it have anything to do with Skivrox coming out of the portal, is there was a very large blast that was centered on the portal that, like, rippled outwards. And it, in
Yeah.
fact, threw one of you into a wall.
And me
because you
into
weren't
a
able to-
pool.
Yep, we
Right.
got
Mhm.
hit with some kind of exposure.
Wait, what?
Hit with some kind of exposure.
Yes.
Remember with the portal, I got knocked into the pool in the wall behind us. Dax got knocked into the pool, but you guys were just fine.
I remember. Yes.
Yes, but why would it affect all of us?
can't.
Because the
fucking remember.
energy, that was a
Sort of-
rift. That was a portal to wherever that was. The energy coming forth. I mean, even coming into contact with something like that can have effects. You don't even have to go into a place.
Gwen, would I remember such a weirdness happening whenever I visited Father the first time?
No.
I'm not sure if it's
Hmm.
portal, because when I first met Father and I came back, I didn't have any changes to my hair, and there wasn't a giant time jump from when I left to
Well-
when I returned.
Did yours have a blast of energy? I think it's different.
It's also possible that maybe you just got lucky. I mean, I don't know exactly everything about where he's
Don't
from.
forget where we are.
Yeah, we're very
Oh,
much
true.
closer to the Fey realm. I wonder if we've experienced what did they call it? A ripple?
Yeah, I
Or a
mean,
flicker.
A
yeah, like
flicker.
Bracken was saying, the area we're in and using certain types of magic.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what.
Oh,
I think
Like someone-
opening a portal in this area had some kind of effect.
perhaps
the
this
types
is what
of magic.
maybe that both.
Yeah.
This might be what Father warned us about.
Hmm?
Okay. Typing in a roll seems to be working. For some reason, the sheets don't seem to be sending.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay. Then we can just do manual math.
Yeah. And I'll sort of figure out what we can figure out and maybe do some fiddling when we take a break.
Sorry.
Cool.
Okay.
That would have been an Arcana from me.
Yippee! Why can't I
And
roll
the
today?
results of your rolls are kind of what led to this conversation about a potential ripple or a flicker.
Okay.
And then for the purposes of just understanding, a flicker is a huge event, similar to the one that sort of brought elements of the Shadow Realm and the Feywild into the Thamarwyn Woods, and left them there. And then ripples are kind of like the little bits of surges that just cause strangeness. And ripples are what you're here in Inamar investigating, in order to see if there's a potential for a larger flicker. Skivrox, as you guys are contemplating this, is like very subtly like curling his like knobbly little blue hand around Alara's shin and then like attempting to seat himself on top of her foot so that way she like carries him when she walks across the room once again.
Not even thinking about it, because I'm sure at some point the Littles have done something similar, and not even thinking about it, she kind of like positions her leg and foot so that he can get comfortable while she's talking and reasoning all of this out with everybody.
Yeah, he definitely takes advantage then and is just like quite content where he sits.
Dax, you're able to send a message, aren't you?
Yeah.
Can you send it from here through to the other side of, like, I don't know how that works.
Yeah. There's just a small chance it won't get there.
I'm wondering if we send a message to someone to verify what day it is. Obviously, we remember
good
when
idea.
we came in, and maybe if it's not the same day, well, that solves that. And nothing that we can exactly do about it, but at least we're armed with that knowledge.
Well, why don't we ask, her name is escaping me, and Alara's tapping her head, Minnow's girlfriend, what today is?
Lexus.
Yes. Why don't we ask her what today is? Because we just saw her yesterday before we went into the cave looking for Minnow.
Mm-hmm. Should we also tell her that we found her?
I feel like that's an in-person conversation.
I agree.
Or maybe we can ask. Everybody's name is like on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember them right now.
Victor?
Yes. Ask him what today is.
We could also just check in with Egrin.
We have multiple paths here. I think maybe going and talking and letting her know that, where she is.
Well, I don't know that anybody really particularly wants to go all the way back to town just to turn around and come back out here to deal with the hag situation.
That's fair.
I mean, we might
go ahead.
need more information and stuff before we take that on.
Which is the question I was going to now bring up. How do we even want to begin to start talking about handling that?
I don't know, but I need more supplies, like healing potions and stuff.
Probably not a bad idea to look into whatever we think that all is.
And we're not seriously considering bringing 2 people back to trade for
Oh, no.
Minnow.
No, that was the only
No,
reason
that
I
was
was
to buy us
entertaining
time.
that with. Yes.
I assumed that was one of those times where one of us was going to fake agree to something, and then as soon as she said, ha ha ha, you have to make a real deal with me, that's when I was like,
Yeah.
okay guys, no more.
Yep.
Mhm.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Right, there was a line.
I mean, Alara kind of shrugs. I can't be made to dream. So, like, I could exchange myself for Minnow for the time being if it came down to it.
No.
Oh yes, I think that's a great idea, Laura. We'll just go ahead and sacrifice you, the person that we've grown up with for years.
I don't think that she would ever agree to take you. She really doesn't like you. And I think it probably has to do with the fact that you don't dream, and
Yeah.
also that you smell, taste, whatever, like blood.
But how could she know that I don't dream?
I mean,
Let's be honest. I think she knows a lot of things that we didn't know that she knew.
You heard what she
Hag
said
shit.
to Very. What did you say?
Hag shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Ag shit. Good one, Skiv Rocks.
Thank you.
But she even had a frog on her table, remember?
Yeah,
Well,
hag
you
shit.
know that they're a hag. If they've
That's
got
right.
frogs, it's a
That's
hag.
the tell. That's
Yep.
the tell.
Otherwise, they could just be a crystal
A
girl.
regular. Yeah, they could just be into
arguably
Wiccan.
worse.
Yes, pagan shit. Annoying more than anything.
What?
All right, how long did it take us to get back to town, or from town to here? We kind of went sort of not direct.
You
Went from
think
one
it'll-
place to here.
You think you could get back to town by about mid-morning?
And it's morning?
Mhm.
Oh, so it's only like a couple hours, 3 hours tops.
Yeah.
All right, let's beat feet, rush back to town, gather supplies, possibly check in with, what was her name? I'm sorry,
Lexus?
Lexus. If we decide that would be a good
Nobody knows
idea.
anyone's
I
names
know.
today.
I
Please.
mean, I wrote down a lot of names. I did not write down that one. And then maybe we can sort of tell them what we're about to do and possibly get a discount on supplies, maybe?
Well, don't forget we have that 1,000 gold credit at any store
Oh,
in town.
dude.
Yes.
I kind of wanted to get that book. But
Because
yes,
us 3 made it out. Well, I mean,
I mean, we
I've got
have we
lots
have
of gold.
but we have shared money. We have a lot of
Yes.
our own gold. It's fine. I don't think we need to dig into the credit yet.
No, I did. Well, how much shared gold do we have? I think we have over 1,000 there too, don't we?
Looks at Valerius.
Hilarious.
Stand by.
1,275.
And 3
Wait,
silver.
how much? 1,275.
1,300.
Yeah, I think we've got it covered
Yeah,
on the shared
I think
part.
we're good. I think we save that credit.
Buy the book now.
There's
Well-
also a bunch of shit that I've been saying we need to sell in there that we haven't because other shit keeps popping up.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
But should we first send a message while we're porting out of here?
What do we need to do that for if we're gonna go
Because
talk
we
to
still
them
won't
in
know.
person? We
I mean, I
can
guess
go
so,
talk
that's
to
true.
them in person.
All right, let's get out of here.
We don't need
Valerius.
to waste one of his spell slots.
no
if
place
we can
like
just
home.
go talk.
Step outside. It's
Minutes.
fucking post-apocalyptic.
I
And you guys are
throw up.
making your way back
Yeah,
to
she's like,
Inmar.
"Tutua."
Yeah, we're headed back to Inmar. We've transformed or teleported into the Fallout universe.
I think.
God, when we come back at
Guys,
2,
wait,
it's like
stop!
the forest
I
is
had
on
a really
fire.
good point. No, I forget. Oh no.
What were we talking about? We were
Oh!
talking
Talk
about.
about going to.
So you know how she had like that fortune telling booth at the whole, at the
Oh, yes,
you know
the
at the
fair.
festival. We need to ask around specifically about like how she had this booth, how many times she's had it in the past. If if people are familiar with her and stuff, because she just kind
True.
of showed up that day. And I feel like if she had like a whole thing set up, like they're not just gonna let a stranger waltz in and set something up, right? They don't get adventurers that often, as they've told us multiple times. So I feel like people would be like, "Whoa."
I think the person to ask is going to be Madame Darmo, because she knows any and everybody that comes through this town.
That, and also maybe Victon, because they're probably like the council or whatever are probably in charge of like the event overall.
Wasn't it Victon that told us that people were disappearing? Who was it that told us that people were disappearing near the mountain?
That
Everyone.
One of the people.
It was
someone.
the madame, and it was to me.
There we are. So I'm wondering if, since people have been disappearing, it's most likely to do with her. I mean, the
Probably.
mixture between her and the brine vampires.
It's a lot of bad shit all at once, huh?
It's a lot
Yeah,
of
this
bad
place
shit.
sucks.
Yeah.
What does this forest look like when we poured it out?
It looks like the same forest that you have been used to. Like there is an alien quality to it because it is not like the Braunfall Woods that you guys have grown up with. You're getting more and more used to like little flickers of light appearing under bushes, or there being sort of like a haze of
like the purpley pink
unnatural
haze.
light. Exactly. And so that stuff is still present, but you're kind of coming to a conclusion that that's, at least for now, normal to this
But
state.
it doesn't look different from when we went into the house.
Correct.
All right, let's get going. Let's go back to the town and yes, let's go.
While they're walking. And don't forget that we talked to Graves. And he's the one who gave us the rundown of all of the happenings. And even he mentioned people disappearing, and then people further west were having very vivid dreams, and a strange woman that they felt they needed to help when they woke up. What I was telling you guys about, and she like taps her head, that's what I was telling you guys about when we were in there in the hag's house.
Yeah.
Or when we were outside, but when we were at the hag's house.
Seems like we have our culprit now. A lot of pieces are starting to fit together quite well.
As you guys, over the course of a couple of hours, make your way back into Inmar, something sort of strikes you. You're not necessarily immediately certain what it is, but you can make a history check if you would like to.
Oh, I hit the sheet.
And you can't do it from
thinking,
your sheet.
yep.
I don't know why.
Does this pertain to fey, fiends, or undead?
No.
No, we don't know nothing.
Jeez.
What is history?
Valerius, they cleaned up the town really quickly. Like, there was a festival with banners and lights and booths and everything.
What roll did I
and
miss?
History.
history.
Okay.
You're also aware of this as well, Very. It strikes you as you enter in. That Inamar looks like the Inamar that you arrived to, not the Inamar that got set up for a festival. And as you make your way towards the Silver Flute, the building that was constructed, the House of Mirrors, is no longer in the courtyard. It's just gone.
He kind of looks around and then kind of gives a kind of troubled look over to Very. If he notices that it seems like she has seen this too.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this isn't good.
Oh my god.
What?
Look around.
How would they have cleaned up so fast? The Hall of Mirrors, gone.
Maybe the carnival workers are good at the jobs?
Vosi, let's be honest
I
here. It
punched him
takes
in
us
the arm.
hours. It takes us hours to clean up the dishes at home after dinner. You think it took them
That's
one
because
night to
I
clean
hate
an entire festival?
dishes. Ugh.
Okay. You're not stupid, so don't act
I'm
like
wishful
it.
thinking. I'm wishful thinking. Let's find someone.
Okay. We look for the first person we recognize.
Or not even just the first person that passes by us.
You do spot Lexus. She is over by this stable area, and seems to be like in the process of mucking out stalls, maybe taking care of the business until Minnow comes back. She is off balance, and as you get closer, you can see that she doesn't look like she's slept well in a long time, and like her eyes are red rimmed, and she smells like alcohol.
But she's still so fucking hot.
And gay.
God, though, it's still hot.
She looks up. Didn't leave?
Okay. Really weird question. How long has it been since you've seen us?
Well, you were here on
The day
the
of the
Night of
festival.
Illusions.
Yep.
Yep.
How long ago
How
was
long
that?
ago is that?
Well, it's the 8th of Salashon.
A whole month?
Oh my fucking god. Valerius just turns around and like hands on his hips and like looking down at the ground like he's just like averting his face.
Bro, that's wild.
Oh. I knew that we slept too long. Okay. Can I tell
In
you
a
something?
month, I only grew this.
Okay.
I turn and I
Enough.
punch him in the fucking arm.
Sorry.
He's getting punched a lot. Anyway, so to us, that was yesterday.
She just sort of like blinks at you slowly and then reaches into her belt and takes out a flask and just like
I try to grab it.
glugs.
I try
What
to
do you
help her.
mean?
It seems that we've experienced some sort of a time jump. For you, it's
Normally.
been a month. For us, it's been less than a day.
Well, where's Minnow?
Maybe you should sit down. She's
She looks around and just like drops the pitchfork that she has where it is, and then like finds a stool to sit in, and she like just sort of like collapses into it.
Minnow is not dead.
Oh,
She's just asleep.
what?
Posty looks around at the group like,
Yeah.
Asleep? What does that mean? Like she's sick?
We haven't been able to rescue her yet, but we didn't know that it's been a month, so this is kind of weird.
You. Okay.
we're aware of her
I mean-
location, but we've got to get more information and supplies before we go back out there. Do you know where Victon is?
Yes, he's. I think he's inside.
All right, perhaps you could help as well. Do you remember the fortune teller that was at their festival?
Fortune teller.
Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Had you seen her before? Does she like frequent the town?
Not really. Her father comes to town to sell wood and plants, but she doesn't usually come with him.
Who is her father?
I've never talked to him. Maybe the madame knows.
Okay.
He's just a woodcutter who lives in a cottage in the woods. Like,
Uh-huh.
so, okay. All right. So she's asleep somewhere, but where she's asleep, she's only been asleep for a day.
We're not sure.
Trying to find out.
We won't know until we're back where she is. If you come into contact with that fortune teller or her father, do not talk to them. Do not deal with them. In fact, you should probably leave them and anyone else around them, take them with you, and perhaps call the guard if you have such. They're not to be trusted.
Well, remember, they don't really have guards. They have adventurers do that kind of stuff, and everybody else is just volunteering to act as guards.
Well, there's some pretty tough, capable people. Call on the sailors.
Are they a part of all of this?
We have reason to believe so, yes.
Okay.
We're gonna do everything we can to get her back. There are others.
There's others?
Yes.
Minnow
Were
might
you-
not be the only one that's been afflicted by person.
Yeah, were you aware of other people who have gone missing?
I mean, yes, over the past several months, there's been people coming and going, but it's not many people who stay to live in Inamar, so we took notice, but it wasn't anything that really made a difference.
Well, I guess the important thing for you to take out of this conversation is that we're going to try to bring her back to you.
Okay.
And I'm so sorry that it's been a month for you with no update. We don't know what
Well-
happened.
I feel better that you're still trying. She looks just like distraught and very confused. And drunk.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anyone that you can stay around for more support? You seem like you've given up. Is it because you thought that we had given up?
Well, I don't know what I was supposed to think, and all I can do is just take care of this place in case she comes back.
We're gonna try our hardest.
Say that again?
I don't know why that didn't all pick up. We're gonna try our hardest.
Okay.
Just try to keep other people safe. Nobody
Okay.
goes off with strangers. Or that woodcutter. Or Julissa herself. But I really just don't. I just have a feeling she's not gonna. Oh my god, I'm being attacked by a cat. Sorry. I just have a feeling she's not gonna show her face. So I guess maybe just warn as many people as you can.
Okay. She just sort of like frowns and like her eyebrows pull together as she looks at her knees. What are you doing now?
Trying to figure out why a month has passed and we weren't present.
We're also going to get supplies, and then we're going to head back out.
Yeah, we need a little bit more information before we can continue.
Oh. Fen and Naira were working on documenting the flicker.
Is that what happened?
I think so. I think that must have been part of this. That's the only thing I can think of is that there was this sort of wave that came through town, I guess, is the best way to put it, and the haze turned red for a little bit. And then I don't know.
We should go talk to them. We'll hopefully try to keep you more updated. I'm so sorry. I think the flicker made time pass really quickly for us.
Okay.
And then she's just gonna turn around and start walking.
Okay.
Alara will give Lexus like a small smile and follow after her sister.
Follow after.
Oh my gosh, guys, we need to let Mom know
Yeah.
and Egrin.
Mm-hmm. Dax, how many messages can you send?
I can do. If I really work it hard, I could do 5 today.
I don't want you to do it in sacrifice of something else that might help us later.
Do we
But so
maybe
perhaps we only send 2.
do we maybe see if Naira can help in any way?
Yes, maybe.
I don't see Naira coming back with us. And then that lets Dakin reserve his abilities for
We can at
later
least
should
ask.
we need them.
It's been a
Oh.
month. 15 minutes doesn't hurt.
Mom is probably freaking out. Alara kind of looks around like she's half expecting Mom to just like walk into town with that angry mom look on her face.
Oh. I wonder if it's always like that when you try to open a portal to another plane. But especially one that's chaos. Sorry, I'm just remembering one of the theories about the haze itself being like a planar scar. And just wondering if interacting with the other planes always causes something like this. I'm just gonna think about this. And she's like mumbling this as she's like walking.
Where are you headed to?
Veiri is walking towards like Naira's shop.
As we walk, before we get there, I think it would remind Vosti of some things that I don't think I shared in the meeting. You might be right, sister. There was something that Father told me that I found strange. He said that, well, I think I told you that he mentioned that his chaos, or at least the chaos that comes with him, finds ways to penetrate, create cracks, could possibly consume everything. That's why he tried to stay away. The other thing that he mentioned was that if we were to reach out again, that the fissure that I created might alert others. And that they may try and exploit it for us. And then the final thing that I found interesting was that he said that chaos doesn't always destroy, sometimes it creates. I'm not sure what that means, but it might have something to do with what's happening here, is that it's creating something new.
Also, I want to say for like cool flavor and also to use a gift that she was given, everything that she's like saying and mumbling about this, she has that journal out and it's like all getting written into it.
Okay.
Nothing that anybody else says because it's only the owner, but I would say like as he's like talking, she's like whispering it under her breath so that it gets written down.
Oh, and he mentioned that we're keeping Mother young. And that we're making our brothers and sisters stronger and everyone around us more powerful. I wasn't sure if he was being...
Because chaos doesn't always destroy.
Perhaps. I mean, I knew Mother looked great for her age, but... Oh, do you think we're affecting how time affects her?
Well, whatever sort of magic exists in him from that plane probably affects us because we have half of that in us.
Mm.
She is like in between these like conversations that we're like having. She's like mumbling and just like looking at this book and like flipping and like she looks crazy. Like this is like her thing. She's always like trying to research and understand, and so she's like going a little like crazy.
Flipping a
She's
lot
like,
of pages.
She's like a kid on Adderall right now.
She looks like that NFL coach on the sideline when he has the little thing in front of his face, like talking.
Yeah. She's reciting the playbook right now, okay?
Yeah. Got a headset.
I should
All right, I
call
think
that,
we.
but
Oh.
There's like icy rain that's been coming down.
Okay.
That's the sound that you've been hearing. I realized I could actually give you sort of an effect as well.
I
but
think
you
at
had
this point we show up at
Crystal
Nihilus or
Interiors.
Nyrus. Sorry.
It's not open because it's too early in the morning. Do you demand to be let in as you have done in the past?
I
or
knock.
Are you going to wait? Okay. There is sort of like in response to your knocking from the other side of the door, and you hear this a little bit more clearly, Alara. Some like jingling, and then like some like doo-doo, like kazoo noises going off, and like very suddenly the shop doors like burst outwards towards you guys, and you feel it's easy to resist, but basically like a gust of wind sort of sucking you in.
I step in.
Alara blows that random strand of hair out of the front of her face again and steps in.
As you do, from where he had sort of invisibly been piggybacking on you, Alara, you suddenly no longer feel the weight of Skivrox and hear him just go ah! into the distance.
He couldn't hold on because he's so small.
But as you enter, Naira comes like bounding down the different layers of shelves and drawers and everything. And then like sort of just like lands with her all four paws just kind of like spread far apart. What happened? Tell me every detail you can recall.
Well, a month has passed, but
Yes?
it feels like the Night of Illusions was yesterday to us.
Duration of time. I suspected it was that much. Fen owes me 100 gold.
Oh,
Happy for you. Oh God, we didn't talk about how much we want to share with her. Well, let's just say there was a portal. Big burst from the portal. Time
Portal?
fucky wucky.
A portal? Where was the portal opened?
I don't remember where we were. Takes
We're
out
in
the
a
map.
mines.
Takes
Yeah,
out
the
the map
mines.
and points.
Oh, well, that would account for such a strong... Where was the portal? Did you open the portal?
What accounted for such a strong word? Finish your sentence.
Well, the flicker. Especially if you're experiencing a much more condensed timeline. Although you look... You said that you've been gone how long? In your perception.
A day.
Half of a day, actually, I think.
This lines up, this lines up.
Well, because we were right there. And no, we weren't the ones trying to open it.
Right.
But
Well, who...
that's where the burst came from.
And what happened to the portal? Did anything come out?
Technically, yes.
It was
But
open for a decent amount of time, and things attempted to come through
Oh?
before we closed it.
Oh, you've closed it. Well, that's clever. That's good.
We destroyed the things that were attempting to open. I don't think it fully... Well, I don't think it was fully, like, effective.
Hmm. Well, just why don't you? Okay, let's have you just settle yourselves here, and then, like I said, tell me everything that happened. And she turns and starts weaving her way back towards the counter, and her tail flicks side to side, and these little sort of mushroom shaped cushions sort of bloom up and then go out of the ground to create some seating for you guys. And she hops up onto the counter to sort of lord it over you, so she's still, the most important thing in the room. So you're at the epicenter of a portal which opened, and things attempted to come through, but the portal is closed now.
that's right.
Yes.
And do you know to where the portal was established?
And
As in where the portal's leading to.
Like the plane.
Why is that important?
Well, come on.
If you're trying to figure out what's in a recipe, do you think that the ingredients are important?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Naira. I don't know if we can trust you. I want to trust you, but we've also been fucked over by some hag fortune teller that is apparently stolen and keeping people from this town. Someone you probably know. And we're trying to help them as fast as we can. And I don't know if you're the type that's like her.
Like her? I've never had a dealing with a hag.
Your name is literally Naira the Oracle, and she's Haggy McFortune Teller.
She named herself Haggy McFortune Teller?
I
That's
don't know. Her
not
name is
very-
No,
Julissa.
she
Her name is,
didn't.
well, she uses the name Julissa, but she's clearly not what she presents herself to be
I'm
in
gonna
public.
be so honest. I actually do think that Naira's at least a little bit trustworthy.
I'm the wisest thing you're ever going to meet.
God, yes, of course, someone who says that.
Okay.
not-
No.
I'm not doubting.
Listen, you don't get to base somebody's trustworthiness on whether or not they're a little bit vain, because have you ever spoken to yourself?
No, I haven't.
Okay, but you are a
That's
little
not
bit full of
true.
yourself.
Everybody talks to themselves.
Pandemonium.
Oh, interesting.
Are you aware of pandemonium?
Of course I'm aware of pandemonium. I just told you I'm the wisest thing you're ever going to meet.
Who lords over it?
Well, depends on what part of pandemonium. There's a couple of creatures that are vying for control. A couple
Raise
of devils,
his
in fact.
eyebrow. Couple of what?
Devils, in fact. Are they the ones that opened it? Was it opened from Pandemonium side?
No, it was open from this side.
Oh. By who?
The fucking vampire guy.
By Lord Ichthys, who
Yeah,
is
that's
now
his name.
hopefully still dead.
Speaking of, do I get any kind of ping for Lord Ichthys?
You do not.
Okay.
What were the names of the devils that were vying for control over Pandemonium?
Oh. Well, they have a couple of different titles. I will be honest with you. My wisdom does not extend to remembering the names of creatures that I have no intention of meeting. Eh, Abby something and Castor are the ones that I've heard about most recently, but that's been, at this point, a couple of centuries.
Wait, did you say Abby?
Abby something.
Well, I don't
Different
Yeah, so-
Abby.
think that was a coincidence, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on. The portal's closed. It was trying to be opened by Icarus. Ichthys, and we've stopped him, hopefully forever. And now we're moving on to Drelissa, the fortune teller that's most likely a hag that is keeping people in some sort of dream status, including Minnow, who's from this town that you've probably dealt with. And we're here to collect some supplies and go back out there and kill that bitch.
See? Well, less interesting considering the ramifications that have occurred, but I wish you good luck. So if it's a hag that's dealing with dreaming, you're going to be dealing with a dusk hag then.
Any tips you can give us?
Don't fall asleep around her.
Noted.
And if you can avoid a direct confrontation with her, probably for the best. She's likely quite a lot more powerful than you, and Fae are at their more powerful in the Themarwin Woods. Especially if she's collected somebody who's feeding her power.
Multiple somebodies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. You could be lost forever if you go up against her directly. You'll have to use trickery, which is going to be difficult because, well, to be honest, hags are very tricky.
You don't have anything that could help us?
Well, I suppose. Let me think of my inventory. I haven't got any scrolls of wish, which would really help you out.
Ah, yes.
And I do have some potions which might be able to help you should you choose to engage a little bit early. But I wouldn't recommend it at all. To help you go a little bit faster. None of you really looks like a wizard or a sorceress, but I do have a wand to help you cast a little bit better. I don't think I've actually got anything that you would find particularly useful for this, other than typical potions. Like, I've got an enchanted dagger that might be useful.
In what way?
Well, it pokes harder.
Okay, thank you. I thought maybe it had an effect on the person.
No.
You don't think we'd have a chance against her?
Well, let me ask you this. have you trained extensively in lucid dreaming?
Well, no.
Are you able to um resist falling asleep?
I don't know.
You're not immune to it, I mean.
Right.
All right. Well, since you can't control your dreams and you can't stop yourself from falling asleep, you're quite vulnerable to her.
So she could just make you fall asleep?
Yes.
Hmm.
Super random question. Did we ever get the tentacle rod identified? Like
Yeah.
properly? Okay.
I believe
alright.
so.
Yeah, I think it like shoots out
Mhm.
tentacles and
He'd
you can grapple.
pull it out of
from
the bag and kind of hold it out to the group and be like, well, we still have this. This has been sitting in the bag. No one's claimed it yet.
Dax will also pull out and hold up, folded in his arms, the robe he got off Lord Ichthus.
Oh, we need to get that looked at.
Would these be of any help to us?
Let me take a look. And she paws open her mound of pearls jar and starts investigating the cloak. Yes, this could help you just a little bit in that it would make it a little bit more difficult for you to be caught and potentially get away. It's called a mantle of shifting tides.
Ooh.
So one of its features is that you move a little bit faster while you're wearing it. If you would normally go, say, 30 feet in a 6-foot span of time, just walking casually, mind you, you could instead go 40, so just a little bit faster. And then once a day, you can use it to teleport to a place that you can see within 30 feet. And once you've come back into space after teleporting, you're difficult to hit because you just appear very blurry to everyone for about a minute. And if you should fall unconscious entirely, but you haven't actually died, then the cloak will act in reaction to this and instead keep you conscious slightly and teleport you, hopefully, to safety about 10
Oh,
feet away.
fuck. Oh, 10 feet.
Mm-hmm. But where you are, where you get left, there'll be sort of a little mirage of you, hopefully to draw your enemy's attention until you can get to your feet again.
Gods.
You okay?
Why are you freaking out?
He's probably still alive. Didn't she
No,
just say if you die?
I pulled it off his dissolving corpse. He used it already during our battle.
Oh. All right. I hope so.
And I
He
feel
could
like
still be alive because he's a vampire. He could have went and reformed in a fucking clam
That's
somewhere.
True. Oh my god, he could be in that clam.
I feel like maybe I would be able to sense him. Maybe.
Would you? It's been a month.
I mean, mechanically speaking, I didn't make the brand go away.
It doesn't. Doesn't it only last a certain amount of time though?
It lasts until you dismiss it or you use this feature to apply a brand to another creature.
Or it's dispelled by him.
Yeah, he could have dispelled it, but
You need these. I'll buy these from you.
No, that's staying with my brother. Points to the
No.
cloak.
This.
Oh,
She's sort of batting around some orange feathers
I didn't have the
Um,
cloak. Dakin had the cloak.
that are kind
Oh.
of shimmering, that she's sort of pulled out of a pocket from the cloak. I'll
What are
give
those?
you 3,000 gold for each of them. That would be
sorry?
What are they?
9,000 gold.
How
Phoenix
much?
feathers. They're very difficult to come by.
What do they do?
Well, they can be used as a reagent in plenty of different potions and magical works. They're very difficult to gather because normally when they're plucked, they just turn into ash.
9,000?
Hmm.
Oh.
Audibly shits pants.
Yeah, we might be able to do.
If anybody wants to make a history check.
Yeah.
Shit.
Don't we need
Worthless.
those for
Yeah, there was
the
something.
thing in the clam? Wasn't that one of the
Ah.
things?
Fuck
Let me
me.
see.
They
There's
are
something
very-
about phoenix feathers that I remember.
Phoenix feathers were part of the thing to help
22,
destroy
22,
the.
what is it?
Oh yeah, the pearl.
Hold on, it's somewhere.
Eye.
This is a history check, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep, it's testing your character's memory and if you need it, but you guys are kind of getting there anyway.
Yeah, it was something to use to destroy. But how
Yeah,
many
yeah.
feathers
Virgin
did
or
we
But I
need?
don't I don't remember
Did you say
the
a virgin?
exact.
Yeah, remember it was something to
Oh,
do with
yeah.
like a holding a virgin, blowing
Yeah.
the fires.
Can-
That's
What was
right.
it
we
again?
made fun of Valerius. being,
Valerius, yeah,
yeah.
he's our sacrificial virgin.
What was it again? I got 22.
There
Uh,
are
yeah,
a
she
couple
does.
of different ways to destroy the eye. One of them is to bathe the eye in flames of phoenix plumage for 5 minutes. One is to submerge it in the blood of an Ifriti prince heated to a boil on the elemental plane of fire. Or
Sounds easy.
encase the eye in stone from the effects of a gorgon's breath while being held by a virgin and then shatter the rock.
Can I just tell you something, Naira? I actually think that we need those.
Well,
Do you think
Oh.
we need
How
all
many do
three?
we need?
I don't know, so we shouldn't sell any until we know.
that's what I'm
All
saying.
right.
Let's
maybe
go
we
do
just
that.
do one at a time, and then we.
Well, plumage is not a singular.
Well, two
That's
then.
a plume.
How many feathers do we have there? 3?
1, 2, 3.
Sure. Check the pockets again. There, like maybe more.
Oh my god. Why don't we just go?
I agree very.
We'll be back.
This is Shadow laughing. This is not Valerius laughing.
We'll be right back, Naira. 9,000, you said, right?
Can I be honest?
Yes.
I think that we're going to need all 3.
It's likely.
We can
assume
try with one, but what are we gonna do when that doesn't work and then we only have 2?
What do you think she'd offer us for the eye? Kidding.
No.
Kidding.
A lot.
Kidding.
What if we just burn 2 and see if it's doing anything?
Oh,
And if not,
my
then we
God.
add the 3rd.
I don't.
I don't think we have to burn all 3 at once.
Why would you? I wouldn't set them on fire unless it's in construction of a potion or as part of.
We have
The
to
materials for a
destroy an
spell.
item.
Oh.
A bad one.
Hmm.
A really bad
Well,
one.
Phoenix feathers do burn hot, but it's for a very short amount of time.
Ah, fuck.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
No, I meant to say it. No, I definitely meant to say
Oh,
it in
okay.
reaction to
How
what you just said.
long do you think 3 would burn if we started with 1 and then kept?
Probably 3 seconds.
3 seconds. So each of them is 1 second.
If that, that's probably stretching it.
Well,
We might even need more. Do you know where phoenixes are?
okay. Plumage means like the entire collection of plumes. We would need an entire phoenix.
How did the Virgin and the Gorgons thing become more viable?
And I don't. Oh my god.
Where did Ichthys get them?
Maybe we should. Maybe Naira can imbue us with wisdom since she's the wisest person we'll ever meet.
Hmm.
We need to destroy an evil magic item.
All right.
this item in question can be destroyed if bathed in flames of phoenix plumage for 5 minutes. There's also some other options that just don't seem particularly easy. Do you know
I
an Afriti
see.
prince?
Well, not one I would send you to because I do owe him money.
Oh,
What if
What
we
you would
use-
need
Sorry, go ahead.
in order to extend the duration is a particular cauldron.
mm-hmm.
Let me think. Who might have that at this point?
Fuck, those
and,
are close
like,
in their fucking
Her
cabin.
pupils begin to like expand out as she just sort of like stares into the middle of nothingness.
Is it the hag?
The hag had a fucking cauldron in the middle of the room with like shit on it.
Hmm. I think Marivane. And her pupils like come back to slits again. That merchant will know exactly who has it. He was the last one who made a profit from it. But it's a small cauldron that will keep the contents inside of it burning for an hour, no matter how little fuel you have.
Okay. Okay.
You said Marivane?
Yes.
And where is this merchant?
Oh, well, that might be a little bit more difficult for
Oh,
you
fuck.
because he is most frequently known to make sales and trades between the other courts and the Dusk Grove. And I have to tell you, dealing with the Autumn Court, not very fun.
Nothing's ever easy in this life.
The
is
dusk what?
The
Grove.
Dusk Grove,
Thanks.
it's the Emberleaf's domain.
Okay.
Is that the name of a fae?
Well,
It's a title.
Valerius, you should put those feathers in the bag.
it? I very gingerly open the bag.
We
For her to
cannot
put the
sell
feathers.
them to you.
Yet, maybe we just use one, and with the
Okay,
cauldron,
you just be
put a
quiet.
pin in it.
Just be
Fuel.
quiet.
Put a
Just
pin
be
in it.
quiet.
3,000 gold.
Just
Put
be
a
quiet.
pin in it. Put a pin in it. Is there an actual item, or I can just make a note that it's in the bag?
I will make you a little item.
It doesn't have to be this very second. Just
Okay, well,
okay. All right.
we gotta get health potions and stuff.
Need to sell a bunch of shit.
And figure out how we're going to trick a hag. So, this has been lovely.
Thank you,
Oh.
Lyra.
Well,
Wait. The whole reason we were initially coming here anyway, we need to talk to Mom and Egrin.
That's not why I was coming here.
What?
Alara looks at Naira. Is it possible that you could help us send some messages to some people?
How far away are they?
Demeti?
Demedi.
Yeah, they should just be back home.
Well, that would take at least ascending. I could assist you with this. You'd have to give me a very good understanding of who it is that I'm reaching out to.
Sending is really difficult when you don't know the person. So it's probably better if Dax just does it.
Okay.
Do you sell healing potions, Naira?
I don't, but you could see Black and the Adventurers Emporium.
Oh, okay. All right.
If we remember anything else about the flicker, we'll be sure to update you.
Do
What?
just be cautious. The effect of the flicker seems to have reached its conclusion here.
What does that mean?
Well, for us, a month went by. You experienced a day going by.
You trying to say that further out could have experienced longer?
That's the theory.
Oh, good fucking god.
Oh, oh.
Mom
need to get a
thinks we're
message to
dead.
Mom now.
Please
Mom
send.
thinks we're dead.
No, get a message to Mom now. Dakin, if you do it, I can make sure you have that little bit of energy sent back to you.
Dakin will send a message to Verona. Verona, he had a magical mishap. We're okay. How long has it been? Are you and everyone safe?
It takes a little bit for you to get a response. Dakin, are all of my children safe? What have you been doing these past years?
Oh!
So much has changed, and we've feared the worst for
Shut the
you.
fuck up. No, shut the... I'm taking a walk. There's no fucking way.
Oh my god.
Are you coming home soon?
Dakin's face immediately drops.
What did she say?
Alara looks panicked.
It's been years.
You
Valyria
see,
storms out of the room.
you say like Very is like immediately in tears.
Yeah,
Stop
Alara's
playing. It's
bawling.
not funny.
Why the fuck would I joke about that, Vosti? Grow up.
Through gritted teeth. And he tries to stand a little taller over him. How many fucking years then?
I don't know yet.
Then send another message.
Why don't you go get Valerius? I will send a message.
I think you're mad at the wrong person.
I wasn't the one standing over the portal debating whether to open it or not. So I think you need to redirect your fucking anger and get out of this room.
He'll turn around. He'll walk out.
Valerius is like in the middle of the road, crouched down, like on the balls of his feet, his hands on his elbows, like just sitting there.
Is that what you think?
I don't know what I think.
I couldn't do anything.
I wasn't talking about you.
But you sat there while I was almost bleeding out. As you watched my blood power that. So
Power,
you
the
are
thing, the
you
thing
are
that I
just
alone
you
tried to stop.
are just as guilty. Just because you don't have a personal connection to it doesn't mean that your lack of immediate action doesn't make you guilty.
I didn't say that any of us were guilty. I said that your brother was angry and directing it at the wrong person. He
What
doesn't get to
else?
come and attack me when all I've done is help you.
Ask her how long.
Alara looks at him and she says, please.
He'll send another. All of them are safe. It's been a day for us. How long has it been? Are all of you alive? I'll try to bring them home as soon as I can.
Come home safely. It's been 3 years since the flicker.
Fuck.
We're all safe. We know magic has happened. Give them my love.
Everyone's okay. They're all alive. It's been 3 years.
Alara just looks devastated.
Very just has her face in her hands. And like she's just sobbing.
Question, Gwen.
Mhm.
This is a very particular instance where we're talking about an epicenter and a ripple of how the energy works. When it comes to flickers, is that something that is normal in terms of like, are they centered to like the geographical location, or are flickers like world felt, like entire, I guess, planet, quote unquote, felt things, or are they a little more concentrated?
Sure. So, one of the things that has made Andromea worthy of note is the fact that because it's one of the continents that has a haze, the haze
Mhm.
here isn't the only one in the entire planet, but it's one of those that has the haze. It, in its nature, is much more magical than
Okay.
places that are further away. Like the magic of the haze diminishes. There is no record at all of a flicker that has afflicted the entire planet.
Okay.
Because that's just a lot. So
So it's
but
unlikely. Sorry, keep going.
But there are flickers which are very rare. Flickers don't happen very frequently. The most recent one has been just like decades and decades and decades ago, and that was the one that impacted Themarwin.
Okay.
There are occasionally like little ripples and stuff that'll like fuck with magic if you happen to be in that area. But nothing that's super big. But if a flicker happens, it basically kind of like it has sort of like a radius of impact and then sort of fades away.
So it would be unlikely in Valerius's mind that like the other side of the planet's like fucking 700 years in the future.
Correct.
Okay.
Another question along those lines.
Mhm.
Does Dakin know how far Ravenald is in comparison to how far Demeti is from here?
Ravenel is quite a far distance from where the epicenter would be, but
It's
it
on the other side of the
is
mid-range,
in the
though, right?
foothills of the mountains. You know, it's at the foothills of the haze. So, it's, you know, if it simply has to do with the epicenter, then there's a possibility both that his hometown has experienced a much larger time dilation, or it could have petered out by the time it got up there, and then it's not really impacted in any particular way, or the haze itself could have sort of carried the strength of it, in which case it might be like it's also close to the epicenter in the same way that Inamar or you guys were. So it's kind of a big question mark of how it might have been impacted.
He just keeps that thought to himself.
This was kind of big news, so I am gonna just like put us into a break so you guys can sort of percolate on how your characters are gonna deal with this. So I will go ahead and throw that up. In the meantime, I'm also going to be doing a reset of the server.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
We're back on the stream,
Welcome.
even if we're not ready.
Hi, chat.
Okay. Hello, chat. I think we have Vosti and Valerius coming back, and some food that didn't
I hear.
didn't respect us. So
Yeah, I just sat back down.
Okay. So where you guys are is in Inamar. 3 of you are still inside the curio shop with a very tea sipping, popcorn munching, but otherwise silent cat. And then the other 2 are out in the street, sort of reacting to this news that there had been a flicker while you guys were dealing with Lord Ichthus, and the only maybe apparent effect of the flicker was that it created a time dilation. So some things because you guys have made comment in passing, you feel like for those of the boys basically who've in the duration of your life have grown out your facial hair for whatever reason occasionally, you feel really confident that it's maybe like a week, maybe 8 days worth of growth that you've experienced like on your face. And that's kind of like perhaps the amount of time. It is curious to you, and it may be a thought that is crossing your mind that like you're now aware that time has gone by, and you can see in the sky that the moons that are visible during the daytime have shifted to indicate that time has gone past, and the folks in Inamar are indicating that time has passed about a month. But you didn't really get the sense, and maybe it's because you were sleeping, but you didn't really get the sense of that time passing. It just kind of did. So, that, is it simply because of how close you were to the epicenter that you got impacted so quickly that it didn't even like register that maybe while you were in that fight with the portal, maybe that took so much longer than you thought? Or because it happened so quickly for you that there just wasn't time for your brains to comprehend that time had passed? Or is it something that just affected you physically, but you don't have that same sense of time passing mentally? So these are just things that are potentially thoughts going through your head. But we'll bring it back in. I think we're gonna go to Valerius and Vosti outside.
So
Okay.
obviously he went out first, so he's kind of knelt down there in the middle of the road.
In the middle of the road?
I mean, just outside the door, like 10 feet out.
Yeah. Vosti will walk up. And he'll put his hand on the top of his head.
Wouldn't react negatively to it. He'd kind of... We're kind of pushing up off his knees. Kind of crossing his arms across his chest and turning it, looking at him. Definitely like a clenched jaw as he looks to him. Definitely a pained expression. Fucking years. Vosti.
Vosti will nod. I know.
I don't even know what the fuck to say to that. I don't even know how to...
I don't think there's a correct way to react to something like that. So maybe we do better than focusing there and redirect to what we need to do now. There's nothing we can do. We can't get that time back.
We run it by the others first, but I think we wrap up whatever we need to do here in Amar as soon as we can, and then we go home.
I agree. We'll have to talk to the others about what exactly we need to do to wrap it up. But I feel like there might be several things.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to get too much into it with you if we're going to say it again to them, but I agree.
Also, I might have to kick Dax's ass, but
This
maybe
gives him like a really confused what?
he yelled at me. And he'll give a little grin.
That's the most toddler response ever.
To be honest, I was kind of impressed. I am fucking huge. But
I have come to find that Dakin is not swayed by such things. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
it's not. It's definitely someone I want in a fight. I just don't want to have to crush his skull.
To be fair, you and me have probably gotten into more heated debates.
Perhaps. Definitely me and Very.
Did he say anything like actually damaging, or what happened?
It was not a nice thing to say. He said that we hesitated in closing the portal and that we might have been the cause of it. Or at
Did
least...
hesitate a little bit. to be
Well, of
fair.
course we did. It was fucking father. What would you expect? I mean, we had a chance. Potentially. We didn't know what it fucking was. We didn't open the portal. We ultimately closed it. And we didn't know what was going to happen with it being open.
I don't think
Not for
anyone knew
certain.
anything that could have happened. Especially coming from... a portal in one sense is always going to be unstable from what very little I know, but...
Yes, but at the
a
same
portal
time,
coming
I'm...
from where it's coming from, who
But
fucking
brother-
knows what could have happened?
Brother, and he touches his chest. I can create a portal. I
What
have
I'm saying
created a
is that
portal.
from where that one came from.
Well, it seems like it was to Pandemonium.
That's what I'm saying is, who knows? A place that's literally called Pandemonium, who knows what kind of pandemonium could have been stirred up by just opening a portal there. That's
Well,
what
it's
I
just-
mean.
it's
no one
just
could have
strange.
known.
Because I opened a portal to there, and none of this happened whenever I came back. It has to do with... There must be something else.
There's just things I don't understand about all of this. First off, why was Lord Ichthus and them opening a portal to Pandemonium? What are the chances of that? Unless
Plus, I don't
I'm
even think he was
misremembering
calling on
something
Father.
entirely. No, that's what I'm saying. What are the chances that we show up there to stop Lord Ichthus from summoning something, and he's opening this portal to a place that coincidentally has an enormous connection to us, but then to open a portal in that space where Father is? Isn't that a little too coincidental on
I don't-
numerous fronts?
Before I would have said that's crazy, but I don't think that's entirely crazy.
That's why I'm just more saying what are the chances of that?
It's like Father said, the more we try and reach out, the more others will be aware of us and try to use us and exploit us. Is it possible that me trying to open this, because I've tried to open a portal again to bring you and Very with us. And maybe me doing that alerted Egrin? Do you think he's on the up and up? This is probably a
Was that-
conversation we should have with the others, but
It is, but To answer your question, I don't know who is on the up and up anymore. I feel like the only ones I can actually trust with anything are us. The
I
others.
agree. Dax included.
Yeah, no, exactly. Just I don't know. We'll talk about it the rest with the others, but I'm of a mind of just finishing up everything. That's an immediate thing that we need to deal with, and then we go home.
I agree. Stand up. And he'll reach under his armpit.
Take a big huff and stand up and turn and just kind of pull Vosi into a big
Just remember.
big brother hug.
Oh, he'll hug him.
Yeah.
Just remember, brother, we kneel for no one. Stand
Just
tall.
nods.
Stand
Just
strong.
nods. Claps him on the back. You're right.
Hand over the shoulder. We'll walk back to the inside.
Head back in with
What's been
everyone.
happening inside in the last couple of minutes?
Crying.
Yeah, Alara's just crying and like muttering to herself, like, just can't believe all of these things.
As Val comes back in, unless they opposed it, he would make his way to the two girls and like one by one just give them a hug, hold them for a little bit of a sway, and then go to the next.
Alara wouldn't stop him.
Yeah, Vosh would do the same.
He'd kind of look at everyone and look to Vosti, almost like kind of eye contact for a second, and just kind of give a small nod and visibly kind of like drop his shoulders, put his chest out a little bit, turn and look to Nira. Thank you for your assistance in all of this, but I think we're going to take our leave to take care of a few things. We'll make sure to
Seems like
contact
that
with you.
might be a good idea.
We'll make sure to get word to you if we find out anything else.
Again, Naira, do we have a fucking chance against this person? Or are we foolish?
I can only give you the warnings that I've given you. How she's going to attack you is through sleep, dreams, control of that nature.
Wasn't there something... Isn't there something that we had recently that allowed us to not... to, like, stay vigilant? What's the word? Awake. Wasn't there something at the festival? Naira, didn't you have something in your game?
Yes, but that won't really help you against magical sleep.
Oh.
But good thinking.
Well, no, tried.
It's I think we should all head to the inn. Let's go find a booth and just sit, and I think we just need to decompress for a few minutes, and then we need to talk.
Well, we can't talk in public.
Shit. Go into the house, I guess.
We could go up to our room.
We can go into our room and then into the house. I don't even think I'd trust in just the room either.
We don't know if we still have a room.
We should probably re-rent
Oh
it.
shit, true.
Very wipes her
And she
tears
starts crying all over again.
and starts like mumbling to the book and is like taking note of all of this stuff that we found out.
Kind of give another nod to Naira and then turn and head out the front door.
Bye. The door like opens and then shuts.
And head to the tavern.
You make your way to the Silver Flute and let yourselves into the front. And the madame looks up and is seems delighted to see you. Oh, wonderful. He was telling the truth. You have come back to us.
He?
Your little friend.
Oh shit.
What else did he say?
Well, I don't know that I believe him necessarily, but you do have a strange family. Was just
Mhm.
uncertain why a fourth sibling would have shown up also blue instead of any other color, I suppose.
Wait, hold. Back. Just one half a step back.
Mm.
Can you describe our little friend?
Well, he's just right over there, and she pivots and points, and Skivrox is like seated on like a stack of pillows to put him up taller towards the table, and is munching away
I
on,
walk over and
a
I
turkey leg and
grab
some
him.
corn. Oh, Miss Fairy, hello! I reserved a table for us.
You need to learn to shut up.
He like very slowly like curls his lips inward. Mm-mm.
She lets go. He lands on the pillows.
Mm-hmm. So we didn't rent out the rooms because you still had the keys on you.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that we could settle that? And then we're happy to give you, a place to stay. You can keep your rooms actually. The suite if you'd like. We just need to resolve.
What's the debt?
Well, it's been 28 and 3 84 gold.
84 gold for being afflicted by magic.
I hate this place.
Are
Not
you
the
aware
tavern.
that-
Not the tavern. Sorry, that was.
Are you aware that we were flickered?
I did hear rumors of that happening about a month ago.
Yes, we were at the epicenter. For us, it's only
Oh.
been a day.
Is she?
I see.
Is she leaned back, or is she like behind a counter, or like what's separating us and her?
No, she kind of stands to like the front side of the desk. Like she could go behind it if she wanted to fiddle with anything, but she tends to stand in front. That way she's very available to move people around as she needs to. So basically you're just standing in front of her.
Madam Elise, my dear, may I humbly ask? And he would like, how do I describe this? Take her hand, like respectfully, like not. I'm trying to think of a way that you would respectfully like take someone's hand in like a, like the cordial, like when you're at like a fancy ball.
He's
and like
respecting her.
like the thing that like someone puts their hand out and you go to shake it and you do the like the princess kiss thing, but you don't actually like kiss it. You just kind of like lift it. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah, you're lifting the bent hand fingers.
Yes.
Kind of doing that in that gesture.
And
Very much
yes.
so like building her up type thing.
Mhm.
We truly have been having a hell of a time, and I have to say that we have every intention of trying to help settle this debt. Is there any possibility we could bring it down to like 50?
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Does the sheet work again?
No.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna try
I
it just in
think-
case.
I think
doesn't
Alara being
work.
devastated and crying should give him help in persuading him to get us a discount on our room.
Might I add, it's been 3 years where we're from.
It's not as helpful as you'd think, but it's not a detriment for the sister of the person flirting to be sobbing quietly behind him while he's attempting a flirt.
Yeah, that's sort of like a net zero situation.
Oh,
This is crazy. What about his oath?
well. Yes, I think that can be made to work. I am aware that a flicker occurred, and it seems. Well, I mean, we thought that you'd been impacted more strongly, and that's why we held your room over in case you needed a space. But if the magic has touched you differently, then it isn't fair for us to lose out on potential profit we might have made, but it isn't fair to make you pay full price. So I think bringing it down to 50 gold sounds very reasonable.
To say that it has not touched us as deeply as maybe others would probably just be a matter of perspective. So we really, really appreciate this. And he would lift and kiss the top of her hand
Oh my god.
and then let it go.
Oh. Boasty raises
Um,
an eyebrow.
And then he would pull the 50 gold out of the group fund and pay it to her.
Okay.
He'll lean
Why-
over to Veri and say, maybe he's not a virgin after all.
Very does not acknowledge that.
Are you still keeping your suite?
Looks back to the others. I think that is something we need to discuss. Can we I mean, obviously we still have the keys. I think we might still have some personal effects possibly up in there. Can we go gather those things, have a conversation, and we will have a direct answer for you?
Yes, that sounds more than fair.
You are an absolute angel, madame. Thank you.
My god.
Would you like anything sent up?
Oh, have like tissues? Like a box of tissues?
Booze.
I can send some handkerchiefs your way. If that's what you'd like.
That and maybe like a bottle of wine. Doesn't have to necessarily be any top shelf.
I can do that as well.
If you could send word to Victon, we might have to talk to him to let him know what we've been up to and then what we possibly have planned. If he could meet us down here when we're done meeting.
Right.
If he's
Well,
free.
he usually comes by for lunch, so if you come down in another hour and a half or so.
Sure. Maybe. Time is of the essence, no pun intended.
I'll see if I can get word to him. I'm not sure if he's here or if he's to the east.
Very much appreciated. Thank you.
Of course.
And Val would turn and head up towards the room, assuming everyone would follow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
make your way up to the suite. It looks like it's been taken care of, like they've dusted since you've left, but the blanket fort is still in place in the room that Alara had slept in. And the items that you guys had left have been sort of arranged neatly on a table, as opposed to just kind of being left wherever you had set them. But other than that, everything remains the same.
Opens up the door, walks in, shuts it once everyone is in, and okay. Vosti brought a really good point to me outside. We're all feeling this, evidently. And to say that we're even close to beginning to start processing it, I think everyone
3
would know that's a
years.
lie.
3.
I know.
How would you know that you weren't in the room?
Isn't that fucking...
He
Yeah, that's
just
fair.
heard years.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah.
I was joking about saying it to help you do your flirt, to clarify. Because
Oh, okay.
I just thought it was funny that your
It would've-
sisters are trying to help you successfully.
I think it's funny.
But anyway, so she didn't actually say that. So till this
That's okay.
point, you didn't know that it was 3.
Yeah.
What's that about? What are you doing?
Point.
It was nothing. I was testing something.
testing.
It didn't work.
Leora would be a
So-
teenager now.
Yeah, I know. We're not going to be able to make up and get back that lost time. All we can do is figure out how to take the time we have right now and use it effectively. Now, does everyone share the sentiment of me that we need to get back home as soon as possible?
Ghosty nods.
Looks to the others.
We can't just leave things how they are
I know.
here, though.
I know. That's why I'm saying as soon as possible. Which is why my segue into that is what that we've been dealing with here, because there's been a couple of things, is the top priority to figure out before we head out. Obviously, this situation with the hag, Minnow, all of them, we need to figure out more about that and act on it.
I mean, I think that's top priority.
How much of a priority is it to go and get this cauldron to do you know what? Is that something that we want to do after we conclude dealing with the hag and then head home, or do you think we should head home and deal with you know what later, but not necessarily push it off for too long?
I don't know that I necessarily want to bring that around the family.
I agree.
I don't want Egrin to know that we have it.
So we get more information and figure out what's going on with the hag in this time. Because I'd like to point out, because I just remembered, the night that we left her place, we said we'd be back the next night to make a formal deal. And it's been a month.
Well, I think
So-
time already had passed by then.
You think?
Potentially.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I
possible.
think
Yeah.
She
I
was
think it-
close to the epicenter too.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
I think by the time we had that conversation with her, the damage was already done time-wise.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because Skivrox said he was holding on to Vosti's
Oh, yes.
face hair.
Mm-hmm.
So it had
Okay.
already happened, I'm assuming, before we ever got to her.
Okay, so then we figure out how we're going to deal with that situation. Then we go get this cauldron, do what we need to do with it, and then we head home. Am I missing anything?
Yeah, the last 3 years of your life at home.
Yeah. Okay, so how are we going to trick a hag?
I would venture to guess that it's in the same way that Fae trick people all the time, where there's like a hidden deal within the deal that you're making.
So you think we make a deal with her, but word it in our favor, if
Maybe.
possible? Okay. So let's think.
The door suddenly busts open, and Skivrox comes in laden with like a stack of handkerchiefs and dragging a bottle of wine behind him. He walks in and like kicks the door shut behind him, and then goes, "Oh, nice digs. This is closer to a palace."
Skid Rocks.
Yes,
Have you ever dealt with a Doskag?
yes,
Have you?
yes.
Do you have any information on how we could, I don't know,
Kill it?
either kill her or get one over on her, come out on top with a deal?
Well, most of the dealings that I've had with Dusk's hags have been back home, and so we could just, pitch them into the river and watch them explode. But you don't have a river like that here.
Nope.
Right.
So any suggestions?
You could do is fight madness with madness.
What do you mean by that?
Do you have any way of putting her to sleep?
No.
Or if you dream, trapping her into one of your dreams and fighting her there? Or we could poison her with caffeine.
What would that do?
Well, she wouldn't be able to follow. I don't actually know if that would work. You could go through and try and wake up all of her dreamers without her noticing it, and that way it weakens her and weakens her and weakens her until then
How-
you can fight her.
Well, because
How do you wake somebody up from a magical sleep?
Or you
might
just
have a
shake them
way.
really hard.
No, that doesn't seem right.
But didn't
I might have a
very-
way to wake them all up at once.
But didn't
dispel
somebody say to
magic?
us?
I have an ability to soothe creatures around me, assist them in succeeding against an ailment they've already failed. It gives you another chance.
Didn't also they? Someone said to us. I don't remember how we figured it out. That if they were to wake up, they'd be sort of beholden to her and be more inclined to assist her.
We
Where did we
don't
hear that?
know. That Graves told us that there were people telling him that there was a strange woman surrounded by fire and shadow, and when these people wake up from these very vivid dreams and visions, they feel the
That's
need
what it
to
was.
help her. I don't know if it's related. It could be a different woman, but
That could be the thing that lures them to her.
But I am a little inclined to believe it's not the same because I don't think that the dreamers wake up or leave.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what, like that initial waking up and wanting to go help is like, oh, I'm gonna go seek this person out, and then that's where she gets her fucking grummy little hag claws on him.
The other thing that you might want to consider is not everybody who seeks out a hag is unwilling to receive help from that hag.
True.
So do you think we only try and free the one that we're aiming for? And
Well, I
fuck
don't-
the rest of them?
I don't
think we should
know.
do
Well,
that.
That's
I
the
don't think
case,
you
but
should do that.
Not
We're freeing everybody.
literally.
I don't
I was just explaining that some of the people that she's captured may have wanted to be captured. It's possible they're dreaming something that they like to dream rather than whatever it is that they're not wanting to actually be awake for.
Describe again, Dakin, what you were saying that you can do. You can.
I can basically anyone who's near me, I can give them another chance to succeed against the magical sleep she's put them under.
And if I am near people that I technically deem as an ally, I can give them benefits in trying to do such as well.
Have you got anything that she might want that's not a person who dreams? Any items that could make her more powerful or
I
extend
don't-
the reach of her power?
We
I don't
didn't
know if we want
necessarily
to-
ask.
Well, I don't know if we want to do that. Make her more powerful.
Hags are gonna hag.
Great.
Do you? Real quick question: Is Pandemonium Abyss or Nine Hells?
Neither.
Neither.
Neither. Okay,
It's its
Its
own
own thing.
thing.
its own thing.
Mhm.
Are you and Skidmark is an imp?
Give rocks.
Yeah,
He
Skid
is an
Rocks.
Mhm.
Aren't imps in like fiends good at deals too?
Oh yes.
You think you could outdeal her?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing to offer her. I have my incredible self and you all.
Oh,
Sweet.
wow. Okay, that was
DM, can I roll a history check to see if I've read about the effects of magical sleep?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Magical slumber, assuming that it is like a spell of sleep or something along those lines, is not something that is like an everlasting thing. It could be something that it's very difficult to wake someone from, but you can like shake somebody awake even if they've been put to sleep from a magical sleep. That's sort of the extent to what you've dealt with. You've never dealt with like a hag who puts people to sleep. And if she has some power, then it's possibly, you would imagine, like mechanically a difficulty that's pretty high for them to be able to regain consciousness. But there isn't anything except for like death that's permanent, and even then maybe that's not so permanent.
Okay. What if I just drop a fireball on all the dreamers and they don't burn to death and they all just wake up and we live happily ever after? That was rhetorical.
I like the way you think, Miss Fairy. It's very out of the box.
Just kidding. That's a really bad option.
I agree. I thought it
I
was
don't even know
creative,
fireball.
Not yet.
I put my
Oh.
hands together.
We should. Would you like to know fireball, Miss Fairy?
A little bit.
I can help you with that. I'll look for a scroll.
Thank you.
One thing that you could consider doing is there any way that you can make a dreamer into not a dreamer?
What do you mean?
Well, if you polymorph them, perhaps, into a creature that does not dream. Or you could petrify them and turn them into stone. Stone doesn't dream.
Wow.
You could kill them and then spend a lot of gold trying to resurrect them.
Is there a way that we could break the tether of the dreaming? Does that make sense? Like, if she's making them sleep, what could we do other than killing her that could stop whatever tether or energy she has going to them? Is it coming from her?
Counterspell?
I could try
I mean,
and
is it
banish.
coming from her? Is it coming from something else?
I could try and banish her back to the Fey realm. That might break it if she's not on the same plane anymore.
I mean, that's possible because I mean, is she constantly having to use her energy within herself to keep them asleep, or is there something maybe like an item or like a focus that is
something
perpetually
maybe
keeping
she's
them?
brewing something in her her cauldron that keeps them asleep while they're nearby it or something along those lines, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, if we remove said thing or create a barrier around said thing to cut them off from that, that might. I'm just thinking, and the more so the reason I'm thinking about this is one, if disconnecting her from her dreamers makes her weaker, then that's beneficial for us. But it also keeps people that don't need to be in a fight out of a fight.
I have a feeling that if we try to cast a spell on her to like banish her, that it would be kind of difficult to do because she's Fey.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Pyromancy is not something I'm well versed in. I wouldn't even call myself much of a caster. I mean, I'm innately magical and a little bit wonderful at it when I do, but really I'm more of just like a kick butt sort of person, so I don't have a lot of expertise in that. If you could banish her away into another plane, assuming that it is another plane, this place looks a little funky, I will tell you that, then at least this connection she has to her dreamers would be thin, or at the very least, it would allow you to have some time to try and get them to wake up while she isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And then how long until she steals them back?
Well, a hag's gonna hag.
If we can get them out of there. At least that's something.
Mm-hmm.
You said if they're awake that she's weaker. Is that right, Skip Rocks?
Well, all hags have a source of power, and the more of those sources that they can gather around them, the more powerful they are. But if it's a little baby hag, a haglet, or they've lost all of their power, they're the weakest they'll ever be.
I don't know. Do you think that we send a message to Egrin and ask if he's got any advice? Even though I don't even know if we should trust him. But it seems that it's someone who's powerful that might have some sort of idea. If we're to complete our mission out here, the reason that he sent us out here, and this is part of it,
I mean, we
I
also
feel
kind
like
of
he
need
has
to update
incentive.
him.
Yes, especially if it's been fucking 3 years.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
What say
I don't
you,
know
Dax?
who that is.
Oh, you don't know who Egrin is? Yeah, you don't wanna.
What do you think, Da?
We don't even know how anything's gone down there other than your family.
Mm-hmm.
The Baron's daughter could have already had Egrin killed 2 years ago.
Try to send him a message. I can recompensate you for the spell.
So can I.
It's worth doing. What exactly should I say? Because as soon as we do this, we're back on the radar.
I mean, maybe similar to what you... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Vesti.
I was thinking we experienced a flicker. We're close to completing our mission. We must deal with the Dusk Hag and need advice on how to proceed.
And if you have
Something
any
along
extra
those
in
lines.
there, somehow figure out, say, timey-wimey bullshit.
Yeah, Flicker has only been a short amount of time here, longer for you. We're not dead. Trying to complete our mission. Dusk Hag, help. But not as disjointed, of course.
You see Dax just sort of mentally going over what he's going to say.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll cast a message with my last 3rd level. And I will say, Egrin, we were flickered. 3 years passed in a day. We have to defeat a dusk hag. Any advice for us? We will return soon.
You get the sense that the transmission was received.
Ooh.
Oh.
And sorry, I'm also counting words.
I don't think we're gonna count the
Oh,
words.
fuck. Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Thought you guys were AWOL. Put a bounty on you. Sorry.
Yeah, you guys are fucking dead. Haha. Don't come back, bitch.
His response, who are you?
new sending. Who this?
You Egrin.
How did you get this
New
number?
hit,
Yeah, how
new
did you get this
assassin
number?
party.
Ooh, you actually don't work for me anymore.
We went out of business 2 years ago.
You got
Thanks a
bought
lot.
out.
I'm in jail. Do you have any money?
Yeah, can you come
Leave me
bail me
alone.
out?
I'm on
Okay,
vacation.
I think she said okay like 3 times.
Yeah.
She's ready to tell us what she needs to say.
The response comes through, and it is once again that the most uncomfortable feeling in that your brain can barely handle. It is coming towards you, these thoughts from afar, like the slowly nearing scratch of claws on a chalkboard and shattering glass, until like it feels like you feel it coming every single mile that it has been traveled between you and Demeti, and then finally it sort of crashes into your brain and is this mix of all of these hissing whispers that together sort of form a matrix of sound that gives you the response from Egrin. I see. Attack dusk hags in their strength, or slaughter before they can act. Poison a victim's dreams to poison the hag, or obliterate the dwelling.
Oh.
Can you copy pasta that?
Yeah.
I literally just closed it out and didn't save it. Yes.
It's okay. It's
The-
okay.
the
I think
two
I
things
understood
that you
it.
can do is obliterate the dwelling, which is basically the fireball tactic, or poison a victim's
Fireball.
dreams
Fireball.
to poison a hag.
Poison the dreamer to poison the hag.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I knew I
But
should have went some
specifically their
crazy little sleepy class that does dreams and future stuff.
Dreams in this campaign?
Poison the dreamer to what?
Poison the
poison
dreamers.
Poison
hags.
hag.
Yeah.
Imagine dreaming. Ha ha.
It's very, very important. Not poisoning the dreamer, poisoning the dreamer's dreams.
Yes.
Don't go slipping arsenic into there.
Thank you.
Ugh. That guy has a terrible vibe.
You start to hear squealing coming towards you again, Dakin.
What do you mean?
And another sending crashes through your brain. If you were at the source of the flicker, you must discover what other repercussions have occurred.
Fuck me.
And that's it.
Are you okay, Dex?
You can respond if you would like to.
How do we go about that? Trial and error? There's not a lot to go off of. It just kind of happened.
Screaming, 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 crash into your brain. It would be good to visit the other towns in our region. And perhaps the courts.
Fuck.
Would you like compensation for your work thus far sent to your families?
Yes. Direct mine to the Maldozo house as well. We'll take a look at some places, but we're on our way back.
You get a sense that that has been received, but there's no further response. And you have a headache.
He wants us to see what other repercussions there's been in the other cities.
Fuck.
He said there's two ways we can go about it. We can either destroy the whole cabin or somehow poison a dream to make her sick.
Okay.
He said he'll send compensation to your family.
Does anybody off the top of their head have a way poison someone's dreams?
I don't know. Do I
don't think
know
so.
anything? Do I have any ideas?
Because
Any books I've read?
I kind of have an idea. I will let Gwen answer first.
You have not read any books about poisoning dreams.
Well, just like
Some of you have potential places to consult for information.
As a non-dreamer,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do I know anything? Like, has Voli ever had any conversations with me?
having an understanding of your nature as a college star, you believe that it's possible, you know that it's possible for you to be put to magical sleep. You're not immune to that. But being a dreamer or a person who doesn't dream means that she would get nothing out of it other than just having you out of the way, because there isn't anything that you could offer to her in order to increase her power. You would just be a body to throw magic at. And that's kind of it. Like your lack of dreams is really just a relic of your connection to Voli, and not something that you have control over. It's not something that you chose, and it's not really something that Voli chose. It's just the nature of your souls being bound to each other.
Yeah,
But you would
scratch my
imagine
idea.
it. There's some immunity that you might have to, if any of her magic demands somebody to dream from it, you would be immune to it. Go ahead, Valerius.
I was gonna say scratch my idea. Basically what he says. I just read into the skill more and it wouldn't work.
What do you mean we have means to? What did you say earlier?
I mean, one of
Basically
you has a
places to go.
patron, and two
Yeah,
of you
I
have
wanna
gods, and
I
you
wanna
have
talk to my patron.
You also have like a library.
Yeah, I got lots of Come on, guys,
Mhm.
let's go read books.
Do you want
Oh,
to
there's
go
a
read
library
book?
here.
Yeah, we've gone to it once, right?
Illuminated.
Here?
Finn's
Illuminated.
place.
Finn's
Finn.
Finn's place.
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh.
The
Finn,
giant
dude.
book place owned by somebody who doesn't want to sell books. Basically a library.
If you decide to go to the library for research, I might go and sell these just random shit that I have, and then maybe start scouting to find us some potions.
That's a good idea. You have the community money, the kitty.
Mhm.
Just use that.
And then
Plus
I'll
whatever
link
you
back
get
up
out
with
of
you
all
guys.
of those things. By the way, I feel like that cloak would be better served with Valerius. Does anyone else disagree?
You think?
Yes, because it seems like something that would. It's either you or.
I was thinking
Well,
it'd
I
be
feel
better to
like
give it to Very.
Yeah, that's what's gonna be my thought.
can't you
What?
already teleport?
What?
Sister, can you teleport?
Only once.
She misty stepped before.
Right.
I don't know what it does. I have to scroll back up.
It seems.
There it is.
Well, it was something about giving the wearer the chance to teleport up to 30 feet, and also being harder to hit when they appear.
Oh yeah, I'm really easy to hit.
I think that's kind of why I was thinking I'm kind of
I
harder
was
to hit
focused
anyway.
more on the second part that we were told about the ability to not die.
Yeah.
She was the one out of us that was struck down in the caverns.
It's also probably not a bad idea for those of us that can't particularly, like, for those of us that heal, if we can't get to her.
That's true.
Gods forbid.
I just don't think Barry will ever die. She's too stubborn.
Okay. I like just almost died.
Yeah, but she
Like
didn't,
that was
because they're
just I mean, I
strong.
guess it was a month, 3 years ago, but it
Yeah, that
was
was so 3 years ago.
yesterday. I
That was
almost
so 3 years
died. I was like right there.
Yes, but you're too strong for that. Take the cloak. It probably look good on you. Dax, you should probably hold on to the tentacle wand.
I'm gonna.
Do you want the tentacle wand?
What? I don't know what I'd use it for. I guess
It's just
Just in
it's
case, to be honest.
technically any of us could use it. It requires attunement, but any of us can use it, and it's not like it's any better for anyone. It's just a utility item.
I might be full up on things I can attune to.
I am going to. I don't know how to. I don't know why everything in my head sounds so weird right now, but I'm just going to lightly touch Dakin on the arm. And I'm gonna use the Ring of Amity to form a magical bond between us.
Okay.
So, whenever either of us is subjected to a spell or magical effect that restores hit points, the bonded creature also receives the benefits of the spell. So, when he heals me, he heals.
Himself.
Yes.
That's big.
Yeah. And also, when you hit a target with an attack roll, I can use my reaction to invoke the ring's rune if we're within 60 feet of each other, and then your attack is turned into a critical hit.
Oof.
And I can do that once till the next dawn.
Does that first effect work with me too? So if I like healed you, would he
yes.
also heal?
Yep.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Noted. Sorry. Anyway, what I was saying is, what does everybody know? Does everyone here know what the tentacle rod does?
It grabs people, right? Or something like that.
Yes, I'm trying to hold on. I need to put it into my inventory so I can pop it up. There you go. But yes, it it does a little bit of damage because they're tentacles, but effectively slow something down, stop it from moving. Overall, be a nuisance. It could be useful. It's a situational thing. So
Okay.
if we needed to stop something from moving,
I can hold on to that.
yeah, I'll hand it over to him. How do I send it to him? Oh, send a player.
Mm-hmm.
There you are. Okay, so that's the plan right now. Some of us are gonna go research, others are gonna go shopping.
Yeah, before I research, I'm gonna go do something, and then she just goes into another room and shuts the door.
Okay.
And then in that room, she's gonna like cover up the windows and make it as dark as possible.
Okay.
But we don't have to do me first. We can, whoever wants to, whatever.
Sure. We'll. What are the other folks doing if you guys are kind of splitting the party a little bit to take care of some errands?
I walk towards Dax, and I will put a hand on his shoulder, and I will say, we will probably have to have a conversation later. I know that emotions were high, but let's try not to blame anyone for anything when we have no idea what we're doing. But I am glad that you're with us. And I want you to know that. And I'll cast Bolstering Magic. Roll a d3. Hopefully it's a 3.
It's not gonna be a 3 because you said that.
Oh my. So it does nothing. Did you even spend a level 1 spell?
I don't think I have today.
Fuck me, dude.
I'm just gonna do a DM's fiat because I think the story makes it's better with the story. So go ahead and recover your third level spell.
At least one of them.
Mhm.
Oh, he spent 3. For fuck's sake.
The most he could have recovered is 1 3 level, so we'll give it back to him.
Thank you, Vosti.
Mhm.
And for what it's worth, I don't think it was your fault.
I didn't think you did. Because if you did, I'd break your jaw. But then he'll like grin a little bit and wink.
All right, I guess let's all get some stuff done before Very does whatever she's doing in there.
I don't know what she's doing in there. It's very dark under the door, though.
Dark is her middle name. That's why she's very dark.
Well, Vosti and I will go and sell these things. We'll meet you at the library.
She's been very dark lately.
She's in her dark mode or mood.
She turned on dark mode.
What's Alara going to do?
I don't really know. I mean, I guess she'll tag along if someone brings her with, but she's kind of at a loss right now. She doesn't really feel very helpful.
I think if Alara hesitates, Vosti before walking out with with Valerius would say, Alara, stay with sister.
Will do.
And me too.
Don't be annoying.
Me? I'm never annoying, Mr. Vosti.
That's a lie.
He goes back to drinking the wine. So those of you who are going out to run errands, the shops that are available, so you can go and purchase what you need to do or sell off what you need to. I'll keep an eye on the chat to approve those things.
Go, Valerius,
Mary,
go.
Mary, what are you up to?
She has made the room as dark as possible, and she's gonna kind of, well, hold on. I don't know what I'm thinking in my head. It's empty. She's gonna like sort of like hold on to like her weapon, the infernal saber, because it's her pact weapon. And she's going to like just sort of look into the shadows in the corner and kind of imagine like the first time that she ever talked to Grimheart and like see if hopefully she can reach out and get a response.
And what's her intention in reaching out? Like what's her objective, or what is she hoping to accomplish?
She wants advice. She wants a conversation.
So this isn't something that you are accustomed to doing on a frequent basis. When you make contact with Grimheart, it's usually just sort of an occurrence that happens, or is being driven by perhaps something that Grimheart is trying to accomplish, as opposed to you necessarily reaching out. And so it takes a little bit, particularly because you have a lot on your mind. You have felt what it feels like to be held, granted, just like on the forearms, by your father. And you don't recall that you've ever experienced that before. You think that you have, like you have kind of been told that you have, like when you were very, very small. But now you actually can, like, it's recent enough that you can remember it. And it's a distraction that comes through. You're worried about Minnow and your family, and that's a distraction. And it's very hard to kind of like find peace in your brain and to like keep your focus on these shadows. But there's a warmth that, like, just you can't feel it, but you know that it's there against your temples, and a presence that's sort of wrapping around you, and you feel comfort. And for a moment, there is like a stillness, and you feel like you're not alone.
It's nice to feel that. She just says.
It is interesting how easily you become lonely when you're surrounded by people.
Well, I did that to myself.
When you choose to stop, it will stop.
Not ready yet.
I know.
I don't know what to do.
Things are being done.
Where you are, do you feel flickers?
Light has no power here. It is a goal that is always just beyond reach. And so we are beyond reach.
But do you know when they happen?
I know when they affect you.
So you know.
Hmm.
Hmm. Oh, sorry. My microphone is being weird because my cat is being an asshole. Sorry. Do you have any advice for me on dealing with the dusk hag?
Do not deal with it.
We have to. There's someone we have to save.
It would be very bad if you did not defeat her. If you or your siblings were forfeit.
Then what do we do? How do we save this person? I don't know how to poison somebody's dreams.
I don't want you to do this. I will not stop you, but I don't want you to do this. To me, whoever this person is, your value is more. I wouldn't risk you.
I can't just give up.
Then I will contemplate a way to keep you safe.
Whatever I have to do, I can't do it without you.
You will always have me. You know this. And when you need me the most in this endeavor, I will try to have come up with something.
Okay. Can you feel what I felt yesterday?
When the flicker happened?
No.
Or when you encountered him?
That's what I mean.
I couldn't feel that. For that moment, I was far away.
Why?
Because I wasn't certain if you would be pulled in. And I can't pull you out if I am also there.
Oh. Can you feel the pain at least?
I feel it. And I am doing my best to hold back as much of it as I can. I'm sorry I can't hold back all of it.
It's okay.
I would do anything to protect you, little candle.
I know. I can always feel that.
And I wish that you had agreed with me that you shouldn't go after this dusk hag. And I'm sorry to take away your choice.
What?
Alara, the lights go out in the suite. And even the sky outside dims. And you hear Very say, "What?" And then nothing. Skivrox jumps to his feet and starts sort of looking around frantically.
Did Dax stay or go?
He went.
Well, Skivrox jumps up and looks around, so she does the same thing. What are we looking for?
I can't feel Miss Very anymore.
What do you mean? She's just in there.
He runs over to the door and starts beating at it with his fist because he's too short to reach the latch.
Alara walks over and opens the door.
And all of this darkness kind of falls forward like it was a wall of water that suddenly went splooshed out and eliminates the shadow that had sort of overtaken the room. And the room where Very is empty.
Fairy, this is no time to play games. Where are you at?
Yeah, where are you at? And Skivrox runs in and starts looking under the bed and under the blankets and under the pillow.
Is there
You
a
can do an
window?
investigation check.
Okay, is
There
there a
is.
window in this room?
Mm-hmm.
She checks the window.
It's closed. There isn't any damp on the sill to indicate that it was opened because the weather out is wet. And you're looking through, do you get advantage when there's a smell?
Yeah, smells, yes.
Go ahead and roll the d20 again. Nicely done. You start to kind of you're searching around and you're eliminating the smell because she's been in here. You guys had been in here a while ago, so you can smell the old smells from before, and you can smell everybody coming in and the newer smells, and you can sort of track where she was and where she had sort of settled herself in order to go into meditation. And that is where her scent remains the strongest. And then as you're hunting for it, it's fading very, very rapidly. It's being washed away by something.
Skivrox, how quickly can you get to the brothers?
Oh, right away. I can get to them right away.
Go get them now and get back here.
Yes? And he clicks his fingers and just vanishes. Valerius.
Yes.
There's a click of snapping fingers, and then Skivrox
Fucking what?
appears in front of you, and it's just
Whoa.
Mr. And then he falls to the ground.
What? What?
Oh my! Miss Very's missing.
What?
Miss Very's missing. Miss Alara told me to come and fetch you.
Go find Vosti, and he fucking takes off back towards the tavern.
Yeah, And he gets up, rubbing his butt, and then clicks his fingers. Vosti, Skivrock suddenly appears in front of you, and he like scrambles his hands forward and like manages to like grip onto the sort of shoulder pauldron that you wear, and is sort of like hanging from your chest. Miss Berry is missing.
What? What do you mean?
Alara told me to come and get you both. I told Valerius she's missing. She went into the room and now she's disappeared and I can't feel her anymore.
He's running. He runs straight back to the room.
And he kind of like crawls around in order to piggyback on. Dakin, were you with either one of them? Or off on your own?
Only if either one of them went to the library.
Oh no.
I think knowing that everything is going on and they're gathering and everything like that, Skivrox will say, I'll get the green one. And you see his little like knobbly blue hand like come forward, like you need to see the click for it to be able to work. And he like snaps his finger in front of your face and the weight is off. And then he pops in front of your face, Dakin, and he's just like, Mister, and then immediately gets like the door of illuminated flings open and he gets flung outside.
Yes?
He like is rubbing his head and rubbing his ass and comes up to the door. Miss Berry is missing. I don't like that I'm uninvited to these businesses. It hurts.
Okay. And I just like grab him and start running towards the tavern.
You guys are able to like sort of very quickly come together in the suite. Within a few minutes, Alara, they've all sort of come in, not all together, but very quickly one after the other.
She's
runs
gone.
Into the room. He'll run in. He'll start tossing the bed.
We've looked there. We looked under the bed. She didn't go out the window. I was sitting out there on the couch with Skivrox, and I heard her say, what? Then all the lights went out, and Skivrox said he couldn't feel her anymore. We came in here. We started tossing the room. I can't smell her either. I don't know where she is.
There's a little clatter as the blankets go a-flying. Like a tiny object has hit the ground.
I go to pick it up.
And you see the ring of amity.
Wasn't this the thing that she did the thing with you? She like indicates to Dax.
Yeah, I think so.
Val will cast Detect Magic. First level. See if there's anything in the room.
Yeah, can I get you to go ahead and give me a wisdom save, please?
Oh shit, yeah. Oh, I can't fucking hold on.
Yeah, I'll just put it up there.
1d20.
Yeah, Vosti will use this as well, because like fuck it.
Okay.
Laura will continue looking through the sheets because that's all she can do.
Let me also have you go ahead and roll a wisdom save for me, Vosti.
Well. Oh, that's right. It doesn't do it. Bad.
Yeah.
We keep forgetting that the sheets
I
are
do.
broken.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm going back to muting like I'm not here.
You're not here? You're not here?
Both of you are just sort of staggered by the amount of conjuration magic in here. And it's like it's seeped into the walls. Valerius, as you are sort of like responding to this wave of magic that's just sort of pelting you from the space. It's not even an object in here, it's just the space has this lingering thickness of magic in it. There is, to your eyes, a shifting of the glow that detect magic creates when it is detecting magic. And you can see what looks like basically the magic getting pushed around before it fades, kind of like skywriting, where on a windy day where the letters are being formed but they're blowing away and dissipating very quickly. But you manage to see the message, "She's safe." Your awareness of conjuration magic leans towards teleportation. Both you and Vosti understand that.
He
She
kind of
didn't
like
open the door. She didn't walk past me. She didn't come out of the room.
so Valerius, as he like comes into the room and they're having this thing, his eyes would kind of like flare for a moment, like a little bit brighter blue, and then eventually fades as he's like looking at a very particular pointed spot on the floor.
What is it?
She went somewhere.
The hell does that mean? She went somewhere.
Conjuration magics. She
Something
teleported.
teleported.
Something.
What do you see?
Like residual energy of it, but there's a message in it. It says she's safe.
So someone took her.
That's what
Because
it looks
she
like.
wouldn't write "she's safe" if she left. She would write "I'm safe." Who the fuck took her?
Your guess is as good as mine, Alara. That's all I can see.
Skivrox is like slid down to the floor from a deck inside and is kind of like hopping from foot to foot anxiously, like a little frightened potty dance.
Alara kicks the bed frame in anger.
What the fuck?
I fucking hate this place.
Well, what do we
Should
do
I-
now?
Should I try and message her?
Yeah.
Maybe if she's conscious, she'll know where she is.
Yeah. It's worth a shot. Here, and he'll walk up and he'll put a hand on his shoulder and use Channel Divinity Divine, Harness Divine Power to give him back one third level.
Okay, and I'll just message Barry. Are you all right? Where did you get taken to? Are you in danger? We're gonna figure out how to get you back.
I'm giving you some information, Barry, so you can respond, because you can respond.
Okay.
Alara just
Chuck E. Cheese.
in the ball pit. Alara just sits down on the edge of the bed and she slides the ring onto her thumb and just like starts spinning it, like fidgeting with it.
She's fidgeting.
Sorry for that little bit of silence, folks, while I was completing a little bit of a message. But Dakin, you get that sense that the message has been received. It wasn't something that failed or had nothing to reach out to.
Okay.
Oh my god, I don't know how to respond. I think it would take like a couple of minutes before you just get... I feel comfortable and safe, but I can't come back and I can't help you. I'm sorry.
What?
Dax just looks very confused all of a sudden in the room.
Alara gives him the and face.
She said she's safe and okay, but she can't come back? And she can't help us?
What does that mean?
Valerius has a very confused look on his face as well.
Skivrox falls to his knees and then like goes forward onto his face and just sort of lays there stricken.
Fuck. Okay.
Did she say where she was?
No. She said she was comfortable?
And she said she can't come back.
How did she sound? Like, did she sound like she's living it up at a retreat somewhere and she just fucked off to leave us to fight this ourselves? Or did she sound under duress?
She sounded kind of sad or defeated.
She
So
would
she
never just
can't-
up and leave.
So she can't help us because someone is preventing her from helping us.
I assume. Whatever took her.
What are we supposed to do about the hag situation? We already
Fucking-
knew that we were underprepared for it as it was with all 5 of us.
Maybe the courts could help us. I hate to say it, but maybe we have to go travel to the other courts. Unless anyone else has any better ideas. Because there's no way we're going to survive against that thing in a head-on fight. As much as I'd love to go do that, I don't think we can, especially down 1. I mean, she didn't even get a chance to go and research about poisoning dreams, did she?
No, she was here the entire time that you all were gone. Until she wasn't.
We're just gonna have to pick up then. To get creative real quick.
Hilarious. I need you to send me into this small house.
All right. Pulls it out, sets it on like the little side table, and
Posty pops his axe. Now.
ushers him in.
Posty destroys everything. He's chopping furniture. He's breaking plates. He
I did
is
not
a ham.
I didn't realize when I gave you guys this tiny
Oh,
house, it
yeah.
would become a rage cage.
100%. You gave us
for
a breaking
trust.
plate. Yeah.
Let's go.
He pulls.
I didn't have to pay for it.
So because I have to sort of go in with you to pull you in, he just
Yeah.
as he starts breaking shit right before he leaves and leaves Vos in there, he's just gonna be like, if I swear to God, if there's piss on my bed again, and he'll just pop out again.
He'll
Yeah.
destroy everything in that house except for Vary's room.
He pops back out. Vosty's gonna decompress for a little bit, so
Yeah, that's for the best.
Whatever you do, if Mom reaches out to you, don't tell her about this.
oh, not a fucking plan. Not in 1,000 years.
There's a knock at the door.
And opens the door, peeks out the door.
You see Madame Elise there.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, no.
I was told to make sure that you had this. And she hands out a letter.
Takes the letter, looks at it curiously.
And I don't know if you're still planning on sticking around and helping out Inamar or whatever, but I just can't keep losing employees this way.
What? You open up
You read
the
the
letter?
letter?
Yeah.
Madame Elise, please let the others know that I couldn't wait for them to do whatever it is that they're going to do.
Oh my
I'm going to find that woodcutter and his daughter, and I am going to take Minnow back.
Oh my god!
All right, so it looks like the Minnow situation is handled, guys. Let's go look for the cauldron.
If they can help me, great. Otherwise, I'll do this on my own. Lexus.
Did she just give this to you?
I found it when I went out to go and give her lunch.
How long has it been since we talked to her?
2 or 3 hours.
Motherfucker! Turns around, holds the letter up to the others. We need to go stop something.
Let's get moving. Can only do one thing at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Alara, moves over to where Skivrox is tantruming on the floor and, holds her arms down, uppies.
And he climbs onto his little hands and knees and then puts it around. It needs to be expressed that Skivrox looks like a tiny blue 40 to 50-year-old man. He is not a child or a baby. He just acts
show
this
him.
way, and he only seems to act this way around you guys. So just I just
show
want to
him
make
again.
sure that it's very clear
Cooler
what you guys are
Dobby.
dealing with.
Show cooler Dobby.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Come on, little Skivrox.
Isn't he in art?
Uh,
Didn't someone
Yeah.
post a picture?
Oh.
of
Oh,
that somewhere?
she has it in
No.
the game.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Give me just a second to figure out how I can. One of the other things that's happened is it's very difficult to share this guy now. Let me
It's
do
like
it this
alt
way.
Dobby.
Alt Dobby. I love it.
It's
Great
body.
value, Dobby.
I'm gonna throw it into the chat, and you should be able to. Once he goes in there, wherever he is, there he is. You should be able to click on it to expand it.
Where?
He's coming.
It's so good.
Come on, little
Look at him.
Skivrocks.
Look at him. He's our champion.
And like once he's in Alar's arms, he just sort of like he goes like toddler mode where he's just so upset that he refuses to assist in any way in
Dead
his own
weight.
comfort. So like yeah, his arms and legs have just gone limp. And he's just sort of like sniffling into your thing, and like you hear like little like mutters of, "Oh, he's gonna kill me! I can't believe I lost one of them."
He's not gonna kill you, Skivrocks.
He's
We'll get her
probably
back.
gonna kill me. He's gonna squish me, and then he's gonna bring me back to squish me again.
He's not gonna kill you. We'll get her back. Don't you worry.
Okay.
And then I head out of the room. And I shut the door behind me.
Elise is in the hall, and she's just like, I will just you made such a good point earlier, Valerius, that I'll just extend the remainder of this day into tomorrow for this room, shall we? And we'll just call it even there, so that
I
way
just
you can
put
go
I
off
just put
and-
10 gold in her hand. I just grab her
this
hand,
works
palm
as
up,
well.
put the 10
good
gold,
luck.
close it.
Good luck.
We better hurry if we're gonna catch up to her.
Yep, let's go. And
So you guys set out.
into the unknown.
2 or 3 hours ago, Lexus set off to go and look for a cabin owned by a huntsman and his daughter, not aware that she's going towards a dusk hag because you guys were trying to protect her and keep her safe from that information, and make sure it wasn't spread around too very much. You're aware that it takes a little bit more than that, but she does have a head start, but who knows if she's even going to find it. I think with everything else that's occurred, this might be the place that we go ahead and leave it for this
Bullshit.
week.
That's bullshit.
So that way you can come up with tactics, be
Yeah.
ready for how you're going to approach the hag's house
Hey,
next week.
good luck,
that's
guys.
crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. All this happened. There's like stuff I wanted to purchase.
There were other worse options for what happened, I think. So
Oh my god, dude.
we take those. See you
Okay.
guys in 2 weeks.
We'll
Sorry,
talk.
in 3 weeks.
We will be gaming next week, so Pinky Pact will go on next week. However, the player of Vary is going on a much deserved vacation for 2 weeks, so Vary herself will be out. We might run a separate session to report on, possibly stream. I don't know. It depends on like the timing that we have for what occurs to her where she is.
Yeah.
But let's also keep in mind that although like in real world time, player of Vary is going to be gone for 2 weeks. You guys might resolve this in an hour, and then she might be back right after that. So we'll see what happens. We'll kind of see what shakes out. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. In stream.
Well, let me ask you guys before we end stream, if that's okay. Are you feeling any strife?
Feeling a lot of stress.
That's like a loaded question. I'm gonna say no, just so you don't win yet another.
I think.
Yeah, we're
Consider
already
that.
down a person.
Can I be honest?
Just
I think
consider
he's
that.
wrong. He just destroyed a whole a whole different
not-
plane.
I'm not
building.
feeling strife at all. I got it out.
Yeah,
Right.
that's definitely a possibility. Contemplate that. For those of you that were outside of the room, you did have enough time to go to the shops. You were all separated and acting on your own. So if there is something that you were intending to grab, you just didn't want to interrupt the scene, or you were listening to it, that's definitely fine. So we can
Yeah, I
handle
think
that
we're
off
gonna-
screen.
That's
Mhm.
definitely gonna happen.
But thank you guys for playing. I appreciate you letting me mess with your characters' heads quite a lot these last few sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
years.
Mhm.
All right. Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye. Osap's right. Bye, stream.
I see.
Go ahead and read what Osap said.